boys at all in the temple. Maybe they'll let us go up there, but there are a lot of...
Called CP Square has 51 finest degrees of freedom, making...
On the way home, I got hungry, and I ate it.
We're Americans, and we only like competition, okay? I'm eating, and I'm reading a book, and this wave just comes up.
Maybe they'll let us go up there, but there are a lot...
Making it's robot, but it is controlled by the brain cells, much like those inside your head. Researchers...
This moth isn't just swinging around, it's been bugged.
Grow collections around 3,000 brain cells in the lab. The cells grow collections with each other and start communicating
using electrodes implanted into its muscles.
Some are hard to found out predictably. Signals from robots or ultrasound distance sensor.
Here, signals are sent to its left flight muscle to make it lift that wing.
The output from these cells can be used to control
different signals can be sent for it to lower its wing, to lift both wings at once, or to make them flat.
They each have a motor in them, and it actually drives forward when I walk. It actually powers that knee through the step.
Powered through Bluetooth technology.
Increasing the frequency of the pulse makes the wings beat faster. If a signal is sent only to one side while the moth is flying, it will veer in that direction. Implanted electrodes into the brains of tree beetles,
and they
close to
talk to
neurons
each other
that
and try to
control
mimic
flight.
the stride length
A computer
that the
program
other
in the
one's doing. If I
device
speed
controls
up,
the
the other one
beetle,
can realize
and
it's
here
doing
it
it, and
beats
it'll
its
speed up
wings
as well.
and takes off when a negative voltage is sent to its brain. Researchers are putting moths in control and using them as a pair of eyes. They've found out how to intercept signals from their visual system and how to use them to make a robot move. Here, a graduate student demonstrates how the robot can be steered. Combining living and machine components could eventually make robotic systems more effective.
Legs when an IED hit his convoy in Fallujah, Iraq in 2006.
The IED went off directly underneath me and took off basically everything that was hanging over the ledge of the seat, my legs. And then it killed my sergeant in front of me and my good friend next to me. My gunner lost his right leg. I shattered my hip. I have 32 pins in my hip. I broke my pelvis, so I have a 6-inch screw holding that together. I lost both legs above the knee. I broke 4 fingers, broke my jaw, broke my nose, lacerated kidney. So I recovered well, I think, and great care here and done well.
Today, I use the Bluetooth prosthetics.
It's a lot of hip control. In my other legs, I usually have to use all my thigh to power through things, but since these are moving on their own, then I actually just kind of have to lift and shift my weight a little bit.
He says they're a bit heavier than the other 2 microchip prosthetics he's worn, but they require much less effort to operate.
If they're not programmed right, they kind of do their own thing sometimes, and they'll kick for no reason. Like you'll just be standing there and be like, and just kick off to the side.
Able to master the stairs just yet.
Sometimes when you go near a computer or something, you'll hear the computer start frizzing, so it does do that a lot. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, and I have to turn my legs off.
Communicates robot wirelessly. The team plan to use their robot brain power. New pattern behavior in the future. They hope there are enough similarities to teach about unknown aspects of our own brain.
Thanks to chemical implants in our bodies, we can break down the alcohol in seconds. No stupor, no hangover. We can just toss them back while waiting for orders. If man realizes technology is within reach, he achieves it, like it's damn near instinctive. Look at us, for example. We're state-of-the-art. Controlled metabolisms, computer-enhanced brains, cybernetic bodies. Not long ago, this was science fiction. So what if we can't survive without regular high-level needs? Who are we to complain? I suppose an occasional tuna is a small price to pay for all this.
I'm afraid we both signed our bodies and ghosts away to Section 9.
True. If we ever quit or retire, we'd have to give back our augmented brains and cyborg bodies. There wouldn't be much left after that. There are countless ingredients that make up the human body and mind, like all the components that make up me as an individual with my own personality. Sure, I have a face and voice to distinguish myself from others, but my thoughts and memories are unique only to me, and I carry a sense of my own destiny. Each of those things are just a small part of it. I collect information to use in my own way. All of that blends to create a mixture that forms me and gives rise to my consciousness. I feel confined, only free to expand myself within boundaries. It's like a dim, it's like a dim, what we see now is like a dim image in the mirror. Then we shall see face to face.
Since the beginning of mankind, people thought the earth was flat. A giant
Welcome,
disk
freaks.
underneath a firmament dome. The earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, science told us we live on a globe.
Yes, it did.
A spinning ball shot into infinite space. They want us to believe that we are nothing but random stardust.
They want us to
But
believe.
they're wrong. They lie. Wake up. The
Yeah,
earth
you
is
dumb
flat.
globe tards.
The earth is flat.
Look at all the curves. That's pretty curvy to me. That looks, I see a motherfucking curve there, y'all.
Is flat.
Look, there's so much curve. Look at.
Space is a hoax. We never landed on the moon.
Yeah.
Do you believe we're living on a rotating ball flying through space at thousands of miles per hour?
Totes.
Where is the curvature? Where?
Oh my Jeebus. Even in this simulated thingy-mabobber they put a curve into it. I know this is an animation, but like you're using something that has a curve in it, you weirdos.
They control our minds. They control our thoughts. They control everything. Think twice. Think again. Wake up. The earth is flat.
Yeah, and that wouldn't work. That can't be a thing. That's cute though. Okay, there we go. I thought we would just get into the hilarity before we even get into the hilarity. Because we're gonna need a lot of funniness to happen, because we're talking with Dave Weiss, or Dave Weiss is who we're covering, and we all know how annoying he is. So let's get through the other intros because I'm crazy and I have 20 million intros.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
And of course,
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead.
You're stupid. Yeah.
yeah, you're stupid. All right, let's begin bringing in our guests, and then we will get to the side of my chats, and then we'll get to the idiocracy that is David Weiss. Bringing first is everybody's.
Some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
There's our brainless. How's it?
I'm doing pretty good.
Nice.
Doing pretty good. Yeah.
All right, and so now let's bring in the Glober.
Mama!
Oh, Mama!
How are you doing?
Mama.
I'm doing good. How are you all
Awesome,
doing?
I'm good. Oh, I'm gonna bring in the next guest before I talk about the weekend that I had. But yes.
Do that.
So let's bring in everybody's favorite. And it's our favorite witch. How are you, Vila?
I'm good, thanks.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I'm good. It's been back to school. So I will slowly start to regain my sanity little by little. And then it'll be snatched away from me during the next school holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Remember those days? It's like, yay, they're back in school. Yes.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, I love my daughter, but Jesus Christ, this summer holiday is rough.
When it's every day, all day, it can get a little taxing with kids.
For sure. All right. So Saturday I did a show up in the mountains or up in the wilderness, and I took a bunch of mushrooms. It was amazing.
Okay.
It was a great time. And then I performed Sunday at the movie theater, the underground movie theater here.
Sweet.
So had lots of fun. All right, let's say hello to the side of my chats. We have Commander, and so they will be home later. So maybe not enough time, but let us know if you are. Hello, Demon.
Hey, Demon.
And yes, everybody remember to thumbs up, please.
Yes.
Yeah, put your thumbs up your ass. Never mind.
We have a Mango.
Hello, Mango.
And Al.
Al, how you doing?
Hey,
You're
Al.
right, hon.
And Charles.
Hey, Arnold.
Hello.
If the earth is flat, so is my ass, just saying. And definitely it's not.
And other things.
Hopefully they'll end in a little minute and they'll all head over here, but
we have an Ollie in there as well.
Oh fuck, that cunt.
Have you seen him?
Yeah. I've seen him.
Did I miss?
Yeah, you missed a few.
You missed Ollie, you missed Troy, Just Troy, you missed Harry.
Harry, and then J. Troy.
There you go.
And Canadian.
Canadian cunt.
Okay, cool.
Got everybody. Oh, hey,
All
BJ.
right.
BJ just stepped in. Hey, BJ.
And
Hello.
there we go. Hey, BJ. So I hope you are already have your monitors out of punching reach, have your face palm protection ready.
Face palm infinity protection.
Yeah.
Towels, oven mitts,
Oh,
stuffed animals. No pets or kids. That's where we draw the line. No pets, no kids. But anything else that's soft, that's inanimate, use it.
Go for it, for sure.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to send you something there, Mango, then, if you're not logged in. So now you have an opportunity, if you would like, to join us. Okay, so this is like one of these things where it's like another 2-hour video. So we're going to try to get through it, but like, I feel like we're going to have to do a palette cleanser even before, and then we're going to have to do one or two between.
Oh, if it's dearth, yes.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and open with, let me just go here, and I don't care if you all see the playlist. We'll get back to that. Let's open with this.
Flat Earthers, why do you believe that the Earth is flat? What other shape could it possibly be? Rectangular? If it were truly round, then when I roll down a slope and go wee, I theoretically should stop rolling. I should roll around and around the Earth in perpetuity going wee on my merry way forever. I've seen the edge of the Earth. It's behind the 7-Eleven on Main and Juniper. I throw trash down there into outer space. The sphere is a mythical shape invented by woke liberal cultists. Look, I'll believe anything to feel like I'm part of a community. It is flat, but not the way people think. It goes vertical, not horizontal. We're all balancing on a really small strip of Earth, and there are completely smooth sides that go really far down, but they are too steep and slippery to use. Simple, choose.
Simple.
Oh, that wee.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do this as the palette cleanser in a little minute after we deal with this idiocracy. So let's see. I'm gonna get through the intro. He interviewed him a while ago with like two other people.
I'll word it this way, and then I'll.
And we already kind of saw some of that before. Just look at the past Crazy Shites, and you'll see when we did that. But here's him just delving into it.
I'll tell you that I'm a 10, but I am a 10 sure that it's not a spinning ball flying through a scientifically impossible space void that breaks every law of thermodynamics and physics. And so is the Earth flat? Well, flat's not a shape. Flat is a description of level and horizontal. And I believe that we are level and horizontal, and that all perpendiculars are horizontal all perpendicular.
You can't even get your own shit straight, Dave. You're so far down the rabbit hole. You can't even get your fake science right.
Slim, speaking of horizontal, that Beth in your server, is that the Beth or somebody faking be Beth?
What? I don't know what we're speaking about as of right yet.
You have Beth, you know the flat earther? Horizontal.
Yeah. Are they in my server?
You have a Bev, and I'm kind of thinking.
Oh, the Bev.
Oh, try thinking, Bev. Try thinking.
Yeah. I don't think it's them, but I don't know because it could be.
Because they linked to a video, and I think that was actually Bev, and like I'm not. So I was a bit confused. Like I'm like, wait, is there a Perv in the server?
Why would they want to be in? Well, I don't know. We'll figure that out later. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's hear Dave getting his own screwed up, dumbass fucking theories wrong because they're not real. That's why he can't keep track of them.
Perpendiculars are perpendicular to horizontal.
Yeah, I would.
Right. All vertical. Sorry, all vertical. See, here I go.
He doesn't. He's so.
Oh, and yes, apparently it is Bev.
So is that the?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Bev came on the side chat the other last week.
Okay, I kind of remember that. So okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that
Holy
they joined.
moly! I think he did get his channel nuked. Oh my god.
Oh really?
Flat Soy's perspective.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I wonder what for.
I'm looking for it.
Okay.
And it's not coming up.
They did share a video, a live stream the other day. So that I was like, wait, is that them? Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Just
we'll have to look at.
Okay.
We'll have to look at that later.
Well, I'll look at that.
But yeah.
Oh, okay. So he has a new channel. All right. Thank you, Harry. I'll look it up.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so $5 a shot, you all. Come on, I need to drink.
I like Harry. Bev, try not doxing. That's right. He did dox, didn't he?
Oh, okay, yeah.
He did. Oh, stupid.
That's what they do best.
They're so
They don't know how to.
He doxed himself?
No, Bev doxed somebody else. I can't remember. It was a while ago, though, I think.
Then he needs a bullet. What?
Then that's probably why his channel is not up anymore. Okay, so let's listen to Dave talk more dumbass
I'd love to know why. Oh, it's so great.
Me too.
All verticals are perpendicular to horizontal. So yes, Earth is flat, 100%.
Okay, because you started by saying you're not 100% that it's flat. You're 100% that it's not spherical.
Well, it's easier, but I don't know what this world is. I can look at the empirical evidence and the physical evidence, and everything says it's stationary. Every test that's done for axial rotation has proved the opposite. Every test that has done the proof for curvature has proven the opposite.
Bob.
Right? On the observations
you're
on the
lying.
planet, we see the sun, moon, and stars rise in the east, set in the west, and we feel like we're stationary.
Who was the dude that proved it with the?
We feel like we're stationary because we're supposed to feel like we're stationary. It's called scale.
Yeah, and why would a living species be? Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say it's called homeostasis. Homeostasis. Our bodies have literally fucking evolved, so we don't feel the constant spinning. Otherwise, the fluid in our ears would be making us throw up constantly.
Yep, we have nothing to feel.
Done.
Constant speed, exactly.
We would just be trying to grab at the grass or the earth or at a tree or something because we felt like we were moving when we weren't.
Like Slim last weekend.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely
he was gonna fly off the earth.
It reminds me. I watched Soul Plane, the movie Soul Plane, again after so many years.
Oh yeah.
And in that movie, Snoop Dogg is the pilot.
Yep.
And there's a scene where he's eating his co-pilot's mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
And the co-pilot says, "You shouldn't really eat these mushrooms. If you eat too many, it'll kill you." What does he do? He eats the last mushroom and it kills him.
Yep. There you go. Oh, that's great.
Oh,
maybe you need to eat some mushrooms, Dave, and actually open
Dave, you really need
your
some
consciousness
in your life.
Need to
open your mind.
Yeah, you need to be thrown into somebody else's shoes for a second instead of your dumbass blurf brain where you think that all of your silly little insignificant experiences without doing any tests. He just looks at a test and goes, nuh-uh. But like we've seen a gazillion times before. you need to go outside, touch some grass. You need to go and get laid. Actually do some things. Maybe drink a beer once in your life or something, and don't get hung up on all this.
Alcohol is demonic.
Of course, it is probably to him, just like all the other drugs and or hallucinogens or anything. He probably is one of the most sober people, and that's his problem, bro. Go drink a glass of wine. Go do something with your life, actually, instead of sitting in your mom's basement.
God, he drives me crazy.
Yeah, dude, he's the one that pisses me off the most because he's so hardcore about it. He's like, I know, and
he thinks he knows it all.
Yeah,
and then when he had the debate with Professor Dave, and Professor Dave was just like, I'm just gonna not even debate. I'm just gonna just be snarky and do this guy. And when he said spectroscopy needed a container, it was like, yeah, we know you don't know crap. thanks for showing us. You don't know crap.
And also, didn't he say, I'm literally not going to debate. I'm just going to sit here and let you dig your own hole, pretty much. Like, I'm just going to let you talk your dumbass shit.
That's what he said. That's what Dave said. He's just going to do his thing and just let Dave dig his own hole and show how dumb he is.
Yeah, he's like, I don't even need to prove you wrong. Everything you say is so dumb that we just can laugh. That's the only
And people
thing.
jumped on him, Dave, for that. And I'm just like, you know what? Dave was just like, I'm sick of this. You know, it's not progressing. Debates don't work with these people. And a lot of people do the same thing to us Globers. They do the same crap to us Globers. And people are like, oh, that's okay. They justify it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what he needed to do. Was not do and like just go. No, you hang yourself from your own noose. You put yourself on your own cross. You dig your own grave. Like you don't know. That's what he does, and that's why when I found this morning, I was like, God damn it, we got to go over it, because I looked at 3 or 4 different things throughout this, and I was like, oh my Jeebus, like. Fisheye lens, waves, flat Earth, South Pole, the ball, mountains, dude. Oh my Jeebus, it gets crazy.
You need to play a video because hey skits,
okay.
Hey skits, hun.
Let me get back over here. I didn't need to get out of there, but give me just 1 second. Okay. Here's our Skitsamaroony. Hey, how are you doing? And they are a channel sponsor, and here is their commercial. So thank you for being here and hanging out with us. And
get your ass in.
Hopefully it's not too stupid for you. He says he was hacked.
Yeah, I put press X to doubt.
Yeah, no, definitely. Of course, he's gonna fucking think that. Yeah, everybody put an X in the Sideman chats, because
with the people he has on his panels and stuff, there's bound determined to get his channel nuked, because it only takes one person to say the wrong thing.
Yeah, you know? And we say a bunch of.
He did get hacked by YouTube.
Sure, but
he got hacked by YouTube.
We talk a lot of shit on here and other places, but
we don't Troy.
Savage.
Very savage.
If anybody does do the shots thing, put a shots thing in, because my phone is again over across the room charging.
Oh, I'm so glad, Skits. He was great. We'll play Phasma with him again.
Yeah, we enjoyed
meeting
him.
Oh, your kid was so cute.
Awesome.
He was so sweet, bless him.
Yeah. Right in. Snarky little wet bastard.
Oh, he's very. You'll get to meet him, I'm sure, Slim. He's very adorable.
Yeah. He's fun.
I can't wait.
He's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad you all got to meet him and cool Skits. Let's blow on a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm already gotten great pause game. And since we're already here, we have to go. All right, well, what we got over here? We got this guy. He's just talking crap, and he doesn't know what he's doing. And he has this thing, and he has this app. It's not even actually his app. He just always put it up here, and he always wants people to go to it. And it doesn't actually make any sense, because how's the sun going to be here and the moon to be there? But I can see the moon while the sun's over here. Okay, I had to do it at least once. Dude, look at his face.
Look at his face. Look at his face. I love it. He looks so
serious.
Fierce.
Jeebus. Imagine if he had one of those masks
he sounds
on.
like he's saying.
Yeah, no.
The luchador masks.
Yeah. Imagine he just has a luchador mask on.
Gotta have the cape and all 9 yards.
Right. He's ready to fight. Here's his cape.
Yeah.
He's ready to fight for the flat Earth. All right. Now that we had fun with that.
I love it.
Harry Blow.
Stationary the point of the globers are, hey, it may feel that way, but the Earth is trying to trick you. We're actually spinning, and they're staying still relative to us, which is nonsense.
What?
So are you a
Nobody says that. Nobody says we're being tricked or somebody's tricking us or trick. It's it's Mama was right there. And wait, everybody was right there. Your inner ear has certain bones and certain things to make it so that you only feel. And you want to know what, Dave? There is a disease that causes people to feel the rotation of the Earth and or maybe more.
Mm-hmm. Vertigo.
God damn it! What is it? Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Vertigo. There's like two other brain thingy-mabobbers that can happen as well. But
I'm sure there's others.
Is.
Yeah, but vertigo is one. Yeah,
literally,
I get
it's vertigo
quite often if I move my head too much back.
Yeah,
it's been a problem for like ages. It's annoying. But like the fluid in your ear, like that's why when people have the fluid leak or they get inner ear, like deep in ear infections, whatever, they can go deaf because that fluid is instrumental.
Yeah,
or
they
hearing.
lose their
Of
balance.
course, our ears and our sense of balance. Of course, our ears are gonna like.
But we only feel acceleration and deceleration. We don't feel constant speed.
Well, I say us, all creatures with that inner ear structure.
Does every creature have that? I know they have a
I think
version
so.
of it, right? But
Yeah, I'm not
they'll
sure.
have their.
Does a snail have it?
I'm sure
I
it
guess
does.
they do because they have
has
ears.
an ear like us, but like
okay.
It's similar, but yeah.
I would imagine like maybe dogs have an eardrum. Like
we
us,
definitely
cats.
can. I can finger. Yeah, definitely.
I think snails don't need balance.
I think the complicated animals or the ones that are.
But then again, snails can climb up walls too, so you know.
That would be quite disorientating if you
I'm guessing
as a balance.
I'm guessing that somebody in the Cyberman chat's going to see that for us, and it will be there soon.
I'm sure it'll be Harry.
So we're gonna do one shot now, and then we're gonna wait a little minute and do another shot.
My apologies, not doing shots today.
No, it's okay. I got a nail in my tire, and so I need to go get that fixed. And if that doesn't get fixed, I got to buy 4 new tires. So, I'll take as many shots as I can. All right, let me do one.
Ready?
Cheers, bro. Salute, Solange, Skull, all the above.
Bad vodka. Bad vodka.
Bad wood cup. I need to get that pink stuff again. That stuff was so amazing. Anyways, so Mango is saying, which you should join us. But anyways, vertigo, and it's the little beads in your inner ear that roll around, and if they're above the 3rd floor, look, I hate being on the edge of buildings because I get vertigo really bad at heights now.
I'm with you. I'm afraid of heights, and it's not the height; it's the when you look over.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm falling because I could be in a plane and moving and I'm okay.
Yeah.
But it's just standing there and looking over. It's like, nope. you know?
Yeah, I get
maybe it's the fear of falling.
Or,
maybe that's what I have. Thank you.
And again, that's probably what it is, Dave. So literally, we probably do feel it in certain cases. Not all the time. But that is what vertigo is, Dave. You fucking idiot.
And there's people that get get motion sickness, like on winding roads and stuff. If I look down on a car, things like that, that little bits of movement and jostling and curves can give me motion sick.
I get motion
But
fucking bad. I have anti-nausea tablets.
But I'm not afraid of falling as much. I'm more afraid of hitting the ground.
Well, yeah, that is a viable fear. Mm-hmm.
And just like my grandpa told me, the only way you know you're drunk is when you have to grab onto the grass to not fall off the earth.
Right?
That's how Slim knew he was drunk last weekend.
No, it was all the mushrooms that I guess I'm not being, but anyways, that was really interesting swallowing a sword on mushrooms, let me tell you.
Oh no!
Dumbass!
No, you didn't.
Dude, I took a cap like that big, just one little itty bitty cap. As soon as I got there and got set up, and I'm like, cool, I'll take some later, dude. Right before my set, everything got glowy and everything got fuzzy, and I was like, well, let's hope I can do this.
You were lucky you did not get hurt.
Well, it wasn't
slim.
Gone. It wasn't like I was gone, but I
still
definitely was having a good time.
Dumbass.
And then afterward, I just kept eating more and more. Every 30 minutes, we ended up in his kitchen where he had in his freezer. And then after a while, I was like, bro, I can't eat anymore. And he kept handing to me. So I just kept putting them in my pocket. So I have a handful of mushrooms here.
I have to share this from
if
Harry.
one cap had that much of an effect.
Yeah, that's a major effect.
Dude, these were like professionally grown, put in these Ziplocky baggies. Like, it looked professional. When he showed me, I'm like, where did you buy those? And he goes, no, my homie just like has a huge freaking plant that he does. You know, I'm like,
wow.
Oh crap.
One of my exes grew them, and like, oh my god, his setup, like, he had these huge tanks that he would grow them in. He had like self-sealing silicone to inject the spores into.
Okay.
To do it, he had the mycelium to grow it in. Like, he had such a setup, and like he would give them away for free to people that wanted shrooms.
Yeah, dude. My homie had so much. He had 2 huge bags that were like this big. So like I said, he kept handing to me, and I'm like, I'm taking this home, and he's like, I don't care, you know, like. So yeah, Dirth is an idiot. Oh, Dirth's definitely an idiot. And then Nathan Thompson is a dumbass as well for that. I was trying to get to that. But dude,
Nathan Thompson told me that the P1000 was better than any telescope out there one time, and I refuted him, and he blocked me on Instagram.
Of course he did, because
back when he had his Instagram account.
Totally. He doesn't know what an angular lens is, or different lens types. He doesn't know what zoom actually means.
And it was over those him taking a picture of a star, and it was that watery ethereal star because they used autofocus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what they're doing in Colorado right now. Is they're doing a lot of microdosing treatments of them for veterans. And they're actually technically legal here downtown Denver. If you have under an ounce or something, you don't get they're decriminalized.
Okay.
And so all around Colorado, technically they are. That's another reason why I'm talking about it, because they're technically legal here right now. So YouTube, if you want to cry or anybody wants to cry about it, they're actually legal.
They're legal.
Here. So 20 minutes away from garage. Okay, cool.
Sweet.
Let's see. Yeah, the inner ear, ears in your ear, and that stuff. You know, all of that makes it so that's what can cause. But anyways, all those things make all of that work and or not work. If you have a disorder where they don't work, you feel like you're falling over constantly.
Yeah.
And usually to one side, I believe. But again, Dave, you don't know what you're talking about. There's actually a disease or am I getting that wrong? An illness,
I don't know if vertigo is a disease, but
it's a condition, right?
It's a condition.
Yeah, there we blow. Okay, so let's keep blowing on with this fucking idiot. And let me do this really quick before I forget. Everybody, please go to this person's channel. We've already given them props, I think, in one, but everybody go to Andrew Gold, his channel, and go give him a like and go comment on this video on his channel. But how dumb Dave is. I'm going to speed this up just a tiny bit, and we're going to blow on. Dave, you're so dumb. Like, we sat there for 20 minutes talking about vertigo.
I know.
I'm talking about your dumbass.
Rather talk about vertigo than
listen to his punk ass.
Just flat.
100%.
Okay. What would it take to bring you down to 99%?
Yeah, well, you can take me all the way down to 0. Is show me axial rotation, show me curvature, proven curvature, show me how.
Okay, wait. So if I throw you out of an airplane, Would you actually
the epic
feel
discover
like-
that the moon transit of the Earth shows you axial rotation and the curvature of the planet in one fell swoop.
every single day?
Mm-hmm.
People, children in high school and people in college prove it every day, bro. All you need to do is go to a college science class, you idiot, and they'll 19-year-olds will show you all of this crap that you want to see. There are people that are making those pendulums, the Fulcrum pendulums. They're
Fulcrum,
making those Did I say it right? I think
Fulcrum
right.
pendulum,
Anyways,
you did. Mhm.
yeah. And then also other things, digging holes in a place that's here and a place that's here, putting up two different erect penises far enough away from, poles, erecting them far enough away from each other.
I do have to correct you. With
What?
2 poles, you can measure the circumference
Oh, we need
of,
3?
of the Earth, but to prove that it's a curve, you need 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. So again, every single day in a science class, they're proving all of this stuff. You idiot. You're just
And then there's Bob. There was Bob.
And then
Thanks,
also
Bob,
what was
and rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. Bob.
Rip
But then
Bob.
also there was dumbass who fucking did the light through the holes in the fucking boards.
Jeranism.
And,
Yep.
Jeranism.
Interesting.
And then also interesting. And then also the laser experiment, even though it didn't work for them, it technically did prove the globe because it didn't do it very well. But when they were shining those lasers across that one lake, it did more prove the globe than it did.
The laser ones I think are more difficult.
Yeah.
Because the way the light bends with the different refraction and the way the lasers diverge after they'll diverge. Yeah. So
and they buy shitty fucking lasers instead of buying high quality like 200.
They'll say, "Oh, we see the
lasers
laser,"
are
but what you're
affected
seeing is just the
by
light
gravity.
because it's diverging. You're just seeing the light of the laser. You know what I mean? You're not seeing like the
and-
very middle of the laser.
And who knows, like the temperature causing it to bend a certain way, because we've all seen the bending laser when what's his dumbass said that he didn't, that wasn't true, or he couldn't
Vlad.
understand.
Oh, Rad Vlad.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He's like, I
That
see
laser's
that I don't.
broken.
Yeah, and it's like, no, that's what we're trying to show you is it can bend, dumbass. All right, here we blow.
Yeah.
High pressure next to zero pressure or low pressure without a physical barrier, right? You know, when we talk about the Earth is a globe surrounded by water, surrounded by air, adjacent to a void of space, and then the globers
No
say, well,
void, but
gravity's
okay.
holding the air down. We can get into that whenever you want.
Okay.
There's
interesting.
technically
What about
a
those
barrier,
videos? You say show me the
but-
curvature of the Earth. What about those videos you've seen, and not just NASA? And because I can understand why people would not want to believe the corporations and stuff, and nor should they. What about the videos of YouTubers who put balloons up into the air, and the video gets out into space, and you can just see that the Earth is quite clearly curved?
Mr. Sensible
Well,
Mage
if you've
too.
heard of a fisheye lens, you know, you look at those videos, watch the video before they even take off, and it shows the same curvature, right? When you don't use a fisheye lens, you can see that the Earth is stationary, that the sun is local, creating a local hotspot. If the sun was 93 million miles away, it would evenly light up the whole Earth, right?
No,
the sun
no,
is right here.
no.
Don't ask me
He
what it
doesn't
is.
get
Don't ask me how
hotspots.
far it is, because I don't know. I'm not making those claims.
They weren't hot spots. They're reflections off the water and stuff down there. They're not hot spots. They get that wrong every time.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think there are the top tier that don't believe in all this. They're just grifters. I don't know if he is or not 100%, but I know he's
think
making
he
money
is,
off
and
of
I
it.
think he has a script. So when people say something, he goes to that script. He knows exactly what he's going to say.
Because
you know what I mean?
if you know, yeah,
He
totally.
said it so often.
I'm completely in agreement. And here's another way that I believe that we can back up that evidence is see how he has all those background things. He has them already ready.
Yeah,
like he already clicked this and he's like, see how there's the local sun and there's the blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
He literally is going off a script. It looks like he's reading one, and I know looking around at a computer screen, a monitor. Maybe even two, sometimes can make you look like you're kind of reading things when you may not be. But sometimes it does look like he's reading, and I don't know if he is or not. But I do
I don't know if he's
feel
reading.
like
I think he's got like you said,
memorized
everything
it.
prepared. And he's got everything memorized. He knows exactly what to pluck out of the air when he needs it. When somebody says something.
Yeah, he probably barely knows how to read.
He's done it enough, long enough now.
yeah,
He's got it
yeah,
out in his head. Yeah.
He did exactly what Nathan Thompson did with bouncing the ball on
Yeah, the
sledgehammer.
memorization. Mhm.
Yeah, he just
That's all that
memorized
was.
everything. Yep, it's just memorization.
And then you've seen
The
when
Globers are
people,
making claims that
I
it's
think it was Austin Whitsitt, he was in a debate with somebody. I forget who it was, and that person kept pulling him off his script.
Yeah.
You could see how he was acting when he was pulled out of his script.
He's like, no, I should be able to say
he
things exactly how it
totally
works."
just, then he started getting all, really butthurt because he wanted to get it back. He desperately tried to get back to his script, and that person wouldn't let him get back to the script. He didn't like
Hey,
it.
doggo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, dog!
Yeah, hey, dog. So we're going to do one more shot right quick.
What's up, Doc?
Cheers, bro. Salute, Solange, Skull.
And all of the above.
Oh, bad vodka. Bad vodka.
Bad vodka. All right.
Yeah, don't forget Flattoberfest is coming up next month too.
When?
They're gonna be in Las Vegas.
Oh, when? I might want to go just so
I can't. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I know
dude,
it's in
I
Las
could
Vegas
totally-
next month.
I'm not famous enough. I could totally troll the crap out of them.
I think the
Show up
tickets are
there,
like
entertained.
$250 or something like that.
It may be worth it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll get there. We'll get there soon.
Hey, it's an hour plane ride for me to Las Vegas, but I don't want to pay $150.
Yeah, from they have weird things. Flights from Loveland to Las Vegas
It's
for
the
like
21st and 22nd
cheap.
of October.
Yeah, I'll probably have gigs then, and I'd rather do the gigs than go and
Yeah.
fuck with these dumbasses.
Okay. What about boats on the horizon? Because you see them, if it was flat, and by the way, I'm aware, you know what, there's something I should say actually with this. Firstly, I'm no expert about this, so this isn't going to be, I mean, as David's been telling me off air, this is going to be very easy for him because he's an expert in this. This is David's life, and it's not mine, but I do find it fascinating. I'm an atheist in the sense that I don't have a belief in a God, though I respect friends and family members and viewers who do. But I am a believer in the sense that I'm a believer in science, and that requires faith. Not necessarily in the same way that religion does, but I have to trust, for my religion of science, I have to trust the scientists and textbooks that tell me things. So it is important to question them. So I think it's good.
Okay,
David, that you
everybody
question it.
unsubscribe from
and
him.
while I do believe, while science is never wrong, scientists.
Yeah, fuck it.
No.
Science ain't no
are
fucking
wrong. So I
religion.
respect you, David, for asking questions.
No,
He is
comes out
trying
with a lot of
to-
really dumb shit.
He's trying to bait Dave. He's trying to not let him run away because he's saying he is, and they're always saying it's ours is a religion, right? It's science is a religion.
Is what they
He's
say,
trying. He's trying to bait him. So hold on. Let him keep explaining.
Yep.
Because again, and the way he said it was, you have to, because you can't start science without not using other people's science before you. So you have to have a faith in that the person's work before you was actually something. But it's not a faith per se. It's just, okay, here's a peer-reviewed study. I'm going to understand gravity is this, right? It's the G in this equation. I have to just realize that the people's work before me is. But again, let's see how he's baiting Dave into what he's about to say.
And many conspiracy theorists do tend to be right. You look at Watergate, you look at that guy we're not supposed to mention on YouTube, had an island doing awful things. So at times, scientists are proved to be wrong. Many different viewers will know that and will be thinking of their own specific examples. My issue here is so many people would have to collude for the Earth to not be spherical. So many people would have to be lying to us, wouldn't they?
Well, no, absolutely not, because we think that's the case. Why aren't all pilots and scientists in on it? And the answer is, well, they're not. They're just good memorizers and good regurgitators of the information they were fed. We just released a video, 3 hours long, 27 pilots talking about how the Earth is flat and stationary, and they're not allowed to talk about it or they lose their careers. Okay, so there's astronauts that have whistleblown.
Citation needed on that motherfucker.
Citation needed. He doesn't get how the flight things work, does he?
No, if you were to use the instruments on a small aircraft, especially like a
like a
engine
Cessna
or whatever,
something?
yeah, a small little itty bitty thingy bobber. Why would you need to know that the Earth was a globe per se? The instruments on that are only a compass, and then which I think is digital now, and you have a GPS thing that's kind of telling you which way to go. It's almost like the GPS, I think, in your car, I think. So
and you also use air pressure to fly because you fly with the air. So you're flying level with the Earth. So you don't need to have you don't have to take a curve into account.
Exactly. So what did happen here? Really quick, and then I'll let you speak, Brands. So what happened here is they quote mined a bunch of motherfucking pilots to make it seem like they were saying that they couldn't talk about the flat Earth, even though which we all know.
Or they don't realize pilots take the piss out of them out of people.
Sure. And once again, every once in a blue moon, you throw enough money at somebody, they'll say whatever the fuck you want. So if a fucking pilot is in debt and you're like, I'll give you $10,000 to say it's flat, why the fuck wouldn't I do it? You know what I'm saying? So you have to take all this into account.
The videos they always talk about and bring up about the pilots saying that, they'd say it so straight faced. They do it to take the piss out of people. They don't do it because they believe it's flat.
You're clearly messing with them for sure.
And it's actually like they are told like you can consider it to be flat.
Yes, you can assume flatness.
With what you're doing, you do not need to take the curvature into account.
You can assume flatness and stationariness because you don't need to take those into account when you're flying. Those have nothing to do with your flying.
If you fly an hour in a plane, even if it's a big one, you technically wouldn't have to account for the curvature. But anyways, I'm going to keep blowing on, but I'm going to go grab another beer and I'll be right back.
There's military people that are whistleblowing. There's military guys that talk about the impossibilities of a curved Earth with their weapon systems.
No, they're not.
With the way their planes fly. Everyone says, well, there's 500,000 people that work at NASA. I think it's more like 5,000. I don't know the number. I'm not there. But they're lying to you about everything. It's all lies. And the thing is, people like yourself, we're having a rational conversation. You believe the Earth is a globe because you believe somebody else. It's the appeal to authority fallacy.
No, because
where you have no proof other than a guy in a boat tie who is a failed comedian told you. Therefore, it has to be true. So let's talk about.
We're talking about Bill Nye. Oh my God!
The guy is up here, the ground is here, and as it goes into the distance, it comes together. And when it gets to the point where you can't see in between, that's called your horizontal eye zone or horizon. Okay. And you could zoom in and bring things back. Here's an example.
No, you can't.
So out here, you don't see a boat. Back on the bottom. Right? But as I'm zooming in, I'm increasing the angular size. And as I increase it, all of a sudden you'll notice, oh, look, there's a boat right there.
I hate to tell them when you zoom in, you're not increasing angular size. You're increasing resolution.
To hide the boat. But as it goes in the distance, these waves take out the boat from the bottom up. It's not disappearing over a ball.
Now the whole boat
gets outside
smaller.
of your visual limit. And if the water was calmer, you can see farther, but if there's big waves, it'll take out entire city skylines. Okay?
Oh no, that's not how that works, hun. I'm so sorry.
Not how that works.
No, that's not how that works. He's doing the thing like Gary Wybenga does. You zoom in with the camera, it changes your angular perspective. No, it doesn't. The angle's still the same. It's your resolution with that camera that gets, you can resolve it with the camera where you can't resolve it with your eyes. It's the only difference.
Yeah, and like sorry, Slim, but
that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Exactly. Those waves are not 100 feet each.
No, they're not.
So they're not. That's
even
not
a 5-foot wave. If you were on the surface of a 5-foot wave, would not obscure a city skyline in the distance. I'm sorry, that's not how that works.
Yeah, and if you zoom all the way in, eventually it will go over again. So how much magnification do you punk asses need to say that that's not? Never, of course. But you can.
And then
take
they think
telescope.
Refraction is not a thing. There's no
you
such
can
thing as
take
refraction. Yeah.
You can take a telescope and eventually you won't be able to see it no matter what you do. You can't zoom in enough with a telescope to actually make that thing come in. You can have one of those big crazy Canon looking ones and at some point you won't be able to see it because it will actually be over the Earth. Just because your P9697012 or whatever the heck is the thing they want to say can zoom in for a little bit. Yeah, his micro penis 900. That's why you can do it to a certain extent. But then what happens when it goes over the curve again, bro?
I have videos. There's videos on YouTube of actual zooming in, and you can see the ship go down, disappear down below the horizon.
Yeah, and like I said, if you
And it
if
zoomed
you
in the
really
whole
wanted
time.
Yeah, and if you really wanted to prove us wrong, Dave, you would take a telescope, a high-powered telescope, and you would prove that you could see around the whole flat Earth, you dumb cunt. If we can see actual like planets and stars and other thingy bobbers
Right.
in focus with those things, and what is our friend's name that does all the awesome astro photography?
About Astronomy Live, or there's a few of
Sure,
them.
that him, anybody. I mean,
Geist
I was
View
thinking,
does it. There's a few
yeah,
of them
yeah.
out there. Yeah.
If you're able to do that, then why can't your punk ass Dave?
Mm-hmm.
Steve, hi.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Steve is who I was thinking of.
And I love how he explained perspective. Everything meets. It doesn't meet. It appears to meet. It doesn't actually meet at the horizon. Just appears to. Yeah.
I mean,
the way he was describing it was it's actually met at the horizon or something like that. The way he was describing it, which was badly, but
he
I had to laugh at that.
He doesn't understand. And
No.
also, the resolution of this video is shite. I mean, so if you had a 6K video,
yeah, no, they
you're
can't.
trying to show us this, then maybe I could say a little bit more. But you have a very, very poor quality video behind you, and you're a dumbass, and you don't actually share video. You literally could have sent him video, right? And then asked him to put it on screen. No, what does he always do? He always puts it on his fucking green screen right
and
behind
the thing
him.
I love is that horizon right there. That horizon's the effective curve. That's the apparent horizon we're seeing. They get the geometric and the apparent mixed up all the time. They think it's one and the same.
Hey, Ian.
Hey,
and,
Ian.
Let me read this right quick. The horizon is clearly apparent, not physical. And yeah. And
There's a geometric, but that's like more of a local horizon where like there's buildings in the way or trees or like the water, the waves in the water.
Or my dick.
But we're seeing off of the distance is not the that's the apparent horizon. So as we get close to it, it's going to change every time we get close to it.
Exactly.
So it's called the apparent horizon.
So
Apparently.
everybody, apparent.
Hey, West Side, how you doing?
With that name?
Yeah, not Ian. I went to school with a boy called Tom Molyneux.
Oh, cool. Well, they may be related.
Because that's such an unusual name to see in
Molyneux,
this area.
Okay, yeah. So Gavin is a good boy, and
not a
is
racist.
And not racist. Yep, and deserves
Gavin.
scratches and treats. So everybody put scratches and treats in the side. I don't, or
and,
kitty paws or something. I don't remember.
And East Side.
Don't
East
start
West
that.
Side
gang.
is the best. No, West
don't
Side
start
is the
that.
best. No, East Side is the best. Big up the West Stains Massive.
Welcome, West Side.
Sorry, me and Skipper goes for like a good 10 minutes. We're doing that about the Ali G movie. Now,
Oh, okay, yeah.
I never
yeah.
saw that. Never seen anything with Sacha Baron Cohen in it. So
Oh, and
like
they
that.
asked if we could start the show over.
The
So
show
here we
over?
go. We're gonna
Okay.
start it all over.
We have to
from the-
rewind it. We have to go rewind now.
Yeah. Gavin, you did not miss anything. It's just
No.
Dave being a dumbass. Like
just
literally, it's
Dearth
if
being a
we-
derp, as I call
Yeah,
him.
exactly. He's not said anything new that we haven't heard from him. So all right, so let's blow on more. I'm waiting for the host to kind of kick his arse a little bit more, or actually
Because
like
it does
put
say
into the
heated
fire.
up there, and I'm waiting for the heated part to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
and
There's so many
I'm
promises
waiting-
here. I want that to happen.
Me too. That's why I wanted to go over this. So let's hope that kicks in soon. All right, here we blow.
Yeah, I think the thing is, I've got a picture here. Obviously, some people will be just listening on the audio podcast. You just got to believe us. There were pictures coming.
CGI. That's CGI. There's
Yep,
no
yep,
way.
that's all fake.
Oh, no, wait. Hold on. The ship's sinking. Duh.
Those
The only way for
poor
that-
people were drowning. Those poor people
Yeah,
were
yeah.
drowning, Slim.
Yeah. Save the people.
Send help! Send help!
Oh, Jeebus.
Charles says it never gets heated. I guess heated was just their little buzzword to
Well,
get it.
they said from
I
the
don't
last
know.
stream got heated. It's from
Okay.
the last stream that got heated, I think is
Oh,
what they said.
okay.
Heated fight with he
Well, it
does
does say
say that
debunked.
in
Okay.
here. But whatever. You potentially met one. We'll talk about that later, Al. One of the bartenders at one of the places I go to, he's like, I'm not a flat earther, but like and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ.
I'm not a
I don't
flat
remember
earther,
what-
but the
I
earth
don't
is
remember
flat.
what-
My husband has a customer comes in his hardware store every flippin' day and hands him all these links to all these conspiracies.
Jesus.
And here, give them to your wife.
Awesome.
And I think the guy's a prepper because he's in there all the time buying stuff.
Dude, if you get any great leads, and we could make a stream. I mean,
I
you
have to
go
look them up.
for it
They're on
first,
that
but
Brighteon, or it's like Brighteon. It's a whole different
Breitbart?
alternative. Not Breitbart, Brighteon. It's Briteon or something like that.
I don't know what that is. Well, you have to share that with me a little bit more because that may be a new fun thing for us to do.
It's a whole. It's not YouTube, but he's into all these QAnon-y kind of conspiracies.
Yeah, that's why we're doing a little bit more of conspiracy TikToks and deadly TikTok challenges. We're going to be doing a little bit more of like the TikTok-ema thingies because that's easier to find than it is like the Instagrams right now for me. And I'm not even wanting to go on Rumble, but I may just have to like.
I do go on Rumble periodically to
stuff.
find stuff because that's where a lot of the good stuff is.
I'm a little scared.
That you can't find on YouTube. There's people that are on YouTube that are on Rumble too, like a few people. And I even have an account on there.
Yeah,
but I don't
and
really
then
put
there's
much of anything on there.
And then like Truth Social and a couple other things. Like I
Truth
really
Social
want to
is
get it.
Trumps.
Yeah, I really want to
yeah.
get it just so I can get the meat before we get it or before it gets to the YouTubes.
Yeah.
But I normally get the news about new conspiracies like hella fast anyways.
But that one video I sent you the other day about the religious person that does not like flat earthers using the Bible, that I got off of Rumble.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we may have to start delving into some more of that. But right now, not copping you, Mama, but
no.
I found the weird conspiracies that we already go over on this channel.
Right.
That you don't necessarily go over. So
I don't go over a
we're
lot.
not going to be stepping on each other's toes at all. It is really hard to find flat Earth shorts. What?
You guys are not stepping on each other's toes.
I know. I know.
You're standing on each other's shoulders.
Exactly.
That's completely different.
I mean, hula hoop? Anyone?
There we go.
Yeah,
I like that.
right?
I like that. So anyways, we're going to be going over hopefully some more fringier conspiracy stuff through other websites on here or other apps, I guess is the best way to put it. Because I keep finding like these weird, the TikTok conspiracy theory thing is insane every day. Like I can now look it up and just find some weird new crazy thing. Like Ebola was at a Burning Man supposedly.
Oh no.
And it was a content creator that is a comedian.
Okay.
Or partially one. And he went on and it's like, man, I'm here at a Burning Man and my homie, he's been throwing up coagulated blood for the last like 12 hours. And then these guys in these biosuits showed up and took him away. And I don't know where he is. And
so he's like, okay.
And then they were like, it's Ebola. And then everybody started freaking out. And then a lot of other content creators, I think as well as him, I'm not sure, were like, he's not even there, you dummies. Like you can look, he's posting from fucking New York or wherever he lives.
I feel
like,
for the Burning Man participants. First,
I do for them
on the way, they have to deal with these protesters blocking the road.
Yeah.
Then as they're getting ready to leave, it's freaking rains cats and dogs and they can't leave.
Yeah. And there's a bunch
It gets all muddy and stuff. I felt so bad for them.
a bunch of kids supposedly there as well. I don't know if I'm okay with them going there or not, that is something we'll discuss later. But there was a handful of kids supposedly that got stuck out there.
That's not a place for kids.
No, it shouldn't.
No.
And I heard and I saw a video of like huge cars, trucks that were lifted. They got stuck in the mud and like they got like 2 feet up to like their above their axles and their shocks and stuff. So like now they're gonna have to dig them out and
these poor people.
Yeah,
I'm just like, God, what?
Yeah,
awful for them this year.
I'm glad I didn't go this year for sure. Anyways, let's blow on with this and
up on the screen. But there's a picture here. Look, this is how I've seen boats on the horizon disappear. They as you say, they disappear from the bottom upwards. You could say that's because of a big wave, but a lot of people have seen those boats disappear because they are going over the horizon in the far distance.
Hold that picture up. Bring that picture back. Look at the boat. Those are big waves out there. I don't know if you realize it or not, but those waves could be
those are not big waves
behind there, and you're not.
Those are not big waves.
That is a calm sea. That's a fucking calm sea.
It's what is this? It's a rolling ocean. It's not a wave. It's just rolling like it does before it gets to the where it breaks onto the shore.
Even if this was a 20-foot rolling wave, the boat is
probably bigger.
No, there's probably more masts. So it's probably
I would say that boat's probably actually lower in reality because look at the waviness with all the refraction on it.
I mean, even if it's a really big wave, the boat will rise with the wave and then go back down.
Yeah.
The boat doesn't stay stationary and the wave is just crushing it. Like what? Even if that was a wave, and I can see what he means with the way the picture looks, it does look like that is a kind of big wave in comparison with the level.
Right.
But it doesn't matter because that boat would have risen up when that wave was further back. And then it's gone, and that will be rising on the next wave.
And you have to realize too, that is zoomed in. So that wave's probably maybe a foot, maybe 2 feet high, if that.
Yeah.
Because it is zoomed in, it looks bigger than it actually is.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is the actual wave because if you look at below this, there is not this rippling. The rippling is where the wave is. I grew up on the ocean. I've seen a gazillion and a half waves. I've ridden them, body surfed them, gotten tumbled by them, been almost killed by waves. So this is the calm section, and here is the hump. But even if the ship was not on the uprise on the next hump, there's still the boat is this much bigger. If this is a 20-foot wave, and again, for perspective, even though this is where the wave is, there's still so much more of the boat. This little itty-bitty wave does not make it so this disappears that much.
And then he's talking about cities in the background. We're not talking about cities. We're talking about the boat.
And
talking about the boat, not the cities behind. It could be behind it.
And then really quick, most of it is actually not very distorted. See, there's one kind of right there, and
it's a little bit distorted, so there is definitely refraction going up.
But most of this actually is in motherfucking frame, or this actually is to scale, right? Because it's not all weird and jiggly, it's not all fuzzy. We can see most of this stuff is straight. So you are just trying to get out of this, but there's so much more of this boat. I believe like the sails go to here. And then there's down.
And you can look at, like, let's say what time of day it is, all that stuff.
Sure. But I think it's that much, bro. That's way more than 20 feet, dummy. So you try to scapegoat out of that, but you're not.
Dummy.
Yeah. And if I go like this, it doesn't bring it in. I'm just kidding. Oh,
that'd be cool if also you see the boat.
That would have been hilarious.
By doing that,
we're like, okay, flat Earth, god damn it. We all get throw in the towel.
Flat Earth
god damn it,
confirmed.
flat Earth's real. Yeah. Okay.
But then it would have
so-
been G.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, let's go on
so
with this a
good.
little bit more, and then we have a palate cleanser for this, and we'll see if we want to go to another flatter thing or if we want to stick with this dumb cunt.
Right.
And Dave, I'm going to call you a dumb cunt.
Because the ground ramps up to your eye level and the sky comes down to your eye level, those waves are above the ground level for you. If you're standing at the edge of calm water,
Wait.
your feet. But
He
if
does
there's
not get what
waves
eye
and-
level is. He doesn't get what eye level is. Eye level's not the horizon. It's
Yeah.
where your eyes look.
Yes,
The height
and
of your eyes.
how many times have everybody and their mom that is in those fields debunked that bullshit?
Yeah.
Wolfie has done it a gazillion and a half times, and other pilots have done that. There's the fake horizon, and then where there is one. And so it's is it virtual horizon
There's your local. There's your geometric horizon, which is closer to you,
No, but,
Okay.
but also
and then there's
also
the apparent horizon. I think
Okay.
there's more,
eye
but
level, the
those
eye
are the two
level
main ones.
thing.
Yeah.
Eye level thing is basically your eyes are focusing on something, so your eyes will center on that line.
Your eyes go down to the horizon. It doesn't rise up to your eye level.
And it will always feel like that's in the middle as well.
Mhm.
When you're
Yeah.
whatever you're looking at will seem like it's in the center because it's in the middle of your eye, you dumb cunt. All
Well,
right.
like
all
Red's
right.
Rhetoric did a good video, and I think Sean Hufford helped him on it, but it was a drone footage where
Yeah.
they raised it up, and then Red's put on the video, he put overlaid a little arrow that was right in the middle of the picture. And as the drone rose up, the horizon dropped below that arrow, the higher he got.
But the drone doesn't have eyes, so there's no eye
No.
level on a drone.
No, but if you took the middle of the picture, that's what he was doing.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
I was
Oh my Jeebus. God damn it.
Yeah.
The Rona was created by Democrats and the Mexicans to foil Trump's chance of re-election. Totally. That's exactly what happened there, dog. For sure. It's totes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dude, a major green twat has been saying some weird shit like that.
Oh, I
recently
finished
as
watching
well.
that video I sent you to with the Walter Masterson at the Trump's arraignment thingy, his arraignment.
Yeah, that's great.
Or his indictment, whatever it was. Those people are so dumb.
Dude, that shit.
I love him though.
And I love him so much because he really is able to go in there and pretend like he's one of them for long enough for them to get to say
I think I know who
everything.
you're talking about.
He got them going on indoctrination though, about this indoctrination, and he spun it, and they're like, well, they brought up, well, I've heard some people say that 13, 16 maybe is a good time for kids to go into church so they won't be indoctrinated or whatever, right? It's like, oh no, you got to get them in there from birth, right?
Yeah, you got to
Because you don't want them to get indoctrinated, and he totally switched the indoctrination on back to them, that they homeschool because they don't want their kids indoctrinated. They don't want their kids going to church. They want them going to church so they don't get indoctrinated by the public schools and stuff like that.
Yeah, because those goddamn public schools trying to teach them how to count.
Right?
If you learn how to count, then you're going to become a liberal because then you can count your money. And we don't. Never mind. No, my favorite part was when that lady was like, China is building police stations.
Oh, the police
inside
stations.
The US.
Do you know what?
Police stations in the U.S.
I read up on
properties.
that, and they've secretly been doing it, but the DOJ is stomping down on it and finding these people
there
and
was some-
not they're not.
There was
The government's
some
not in
weird
cahoots
thing-
with China to do it.
Yeah.
No.
And then he was like, could China be building the super police facility, the police city?
Oh, Cop City in Atlanta.
Yeah, Cop City. Yeah, and she's like, I don't know, maybe they could be. And we're like, oh my Jeebus, you just fell into that trap. Oh my god.
No,
that
but
was
what I
so
read up on the
easy.
China thing with the police stations is they're trying to find people that have come over here from China to get them to go back home.
Okay.
That have basically said, I don't want to live in China anymore, to get them to go back. So they're putting these secret police stations out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're being found and quashed and closed.
Yeah, and it's not the government that is doing it.
It's not our government doing it.
Yeah. God, that was so funny when she said that. And a couple other things. We will go over that probably tomorrow.
Yeah.
During Drunk News. because that's a news thingy-mabobber.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so we'll probably,
It's great. It's great the way he flips the script on people. It's amazing.
and I believe that's from his own channel, right? Not
yes,
through
it's on his
somebody
own
else.
channel. Mhm.
So I think he's okay with us sharing it, because I think we shared their stuff before.
As long as we fair use it,
anyways,
yeah, I'm sure it's
yeah,
fine.
no, yeah, and as long as we are agreeance with him, I'm
Mhm.
sure that they don't care. We'll probably have his editor see that we played it and not him, but
yeah.
hey,
Hey, I'm sure he's like, get the message out there, get this message out there. you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if we use it,
like, you're not
we'll
showing
cut it up for
everything
sure.
he's doing.
Oh yeah,
You're
yeah,
not
yeah.
No,
showing
and
everything he's doing.
we're gonna
People
cut
will go
up
and
that
look.
video. No, it's a crazy compilation. It's an
It
awesome
is.
compilation
It's
of like
amazing.
15 minutes of insanity. It's
Yeah,
great. Okay,
yeah.
anyways,
Let's move on.
we will cut it.
And he
we
talks
will
to
cut
both
it up.
sides as well. There's people that don't like Trump, people that love Trump.
Oh,
so he talks
when
to
she
both
was
sides too.
when he was talking to that black lady and
Yes.
saying well, why isn't this a thing? And oh, if you hit Doc, and she's just laughing the whole time. She's like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah, he
It
was.
so
He plays
funny.
both sides so well.
Oh yeah, he was so it was so great because he was just like, oh well, but if this happened, then she's like, what? And yeah, it was great.
Anywhere on that flat water, those waves are above your ground level, and when it comes together, they'll block out entire cities. You can bring it back. So
I hate to tell him, but the waves are not above their ground level.
That's not what.
Yeah, and why don't you have proof of that, Dave?
You see when that video pulled back, the waves were down below that level there.
Yeah, no, and you don't have a video showing waves doing that, Dave. Even though if you were smart enough, you can go out during a tropical storm or a storm, and you could kind of get footage like that and doctor it enough and or use it to be like, look, the waves are big enough so it shows that the building went away.
Go on different days and different weather conditions. Go when it's it's still and then go when it's maybe a little bit windy and get pictures because that's going to move the water around out there. It's gonna be
but
choppy and stuff.
But he's so lazy. This are the types of experiments they all do. They go into their kitchen or their backyard, and then they put objects in places and put cameras in places. And the camera lens is under the table, dumbass.
Yeah.
You can't be below.
Or it's too high above the table or something. It's never quite what it needs to be.
But again, you can't have it below the table because you have to be above sea level and or the horizon. You can't be below it. I mean, you can, but that doesn't make any sense.
Nobody takes the thing is people when they take images of the horizon like that, they're usually their cameras on a tripod and it's at least what 3 to 5 feet above.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So the way they do it is they get you right down where you're literally having to get down to the ground.
It's like
get your head down there where you're literally on the ground to take the image. That's not how that works in real life.
No, exactly. It is. I get it's manicuring the numbers to make it so they
manipulating.
fit yours.
Yeah, they manipulate it to what they think.
Well, here's actually this is an old one. I forgot about this. So I'm looking across my across my counter, and I have a bottle cap on it, and when I bring it away, it disappears. Now people say, well, the camera is below the counter, and I can prove to you that it's not. It disappears even on this almost perfectly flat surface because this is how our eyes work, right?
Why don't you?
There are experiments like that with laser.
Why do you not put it up 5 inches higher?
This is how our eyes work, he claims.
Yeah, and why don't you put it higher up, bro? Because that's not going to kill. If you actually were true to this experiment, everything would be above sea level and or the horizon. You are putting it below, even though you're saying it's not, but you are, bro. I can see it in the fucking video.
Lasers across vast lakes that people can do
and
just
see
like
if you
anyone
notice when he
watches can go
zooms
to a
in,
huge lake and put a laser. You can hold a stick up at the other end of it.
It happens when
Yeah, you've done that.
We've done it. So on Frozen Lake, we have a red light, a green light, and a blue light. And we had them a couple miles apart. Like one of them was 3 or 4 miles farther than the other one. And from, I don't know, was it 10 miles away, whatever. We have these all documented where you can see the lights right next to each other. Now they should be hidden or, below each other, but they're literally right next to each other when you line them all up. And right, what I'm showing you here.
Where is that experiment that you did, and who did it?
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
citation needed again, bro.
And you're seeing the
Like,
divergence of the light is what you're seeing.
and you know what happens with a light? It glows, bitch. So it's gonna make
there's a glare.
Yeah, you're gonna see not just a small tiny little like we just said with the fucking laser. It makes this fucking like cone eventually.
Yeah, cones out.
Undirectional light makes a fucking huge ball of light that goes around, and it can be.
Mm-hmm.
It matters on how you're setting up the camera to look with its OS and shutter speed and blah blah blah. Right? You can make it see
So many factors.
bright things, or it can make it seem like things are really bright and or more orbital, and they could look like they're close. But again, citation needed, motherfucker, because I don't know what experiment you're talking about, and I've never seen them do this. And we go through this bullshit all the time. So I don't know
Charles
what
was
you're
saying
talking
with that
about.
table one, he says, but the camera's focal point is below the table. If it's right in the middle, and he's got it split in half, and he zooms in, that table is going to literally block something from zooming in because the focal length.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's not that, and we eyes don't see by focal length like that.
It's just like when you shoot porn. You don't put it below the table. You put it above the table, shooting down on the vagina. I mean, never mind. No, but that's the only way for them to gish gallop, or for them to straw man, or for them to whatever you call it that they're doing to try to like disprove or show. And once again, Dave, why are you showing all of us this? Well, because he wants to point at things and he wants to put his hand in places. But you're not doing yourself any real service by showing it on your green screen behind you, you doom cunt. We're very glad to hear that you are Commander.
Hey, Commander.
Chill out.
Table
get some
porn?
rest,
Yes,
hang
Charles.
out.
Table porn.
You've never
I'm sure
watched
that's
table
a thing.
porn?
I'm sure that's a thing.
Everybody Google that. Everybody.
Have you heard of
Google
nesting tables? I mean, come on.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
even better when it's a table porn cake fart.
Oh,
yes, those are my favorite. Oh well, I mean, I didn't say that out loud. No, I'm just kidding.
we what? I heard nothing.
What? Huh? Where?
Huh? What?
I didn't talk about farting balloons and popping on. I mean, never mind. No, I'm just kidding. That was awesome how I just pulled that out of my arse. Anyways, but I'm out of my
Honey,
ass.
there's a lot up your arse, so I'm surprised. There's lots you can pull out.
It's like a clown. I can just keep pulling stuff out of my arse.
I think we can bring this on by
You're
talking
pulling
about
out
cake farts and balloon farts.
He's
And
gonna
popping
go
balloons
take
filled with farts.
a tug break. That's what I guess we call it.
I mean, if you say, now
that
watch me
sounded
pull
like
a
a thing
rabbit out
I
of
could
my
make money
ass.
off.
Yeah.
Balloon fart.
You totally could. You totally
like-
could.
Like, I could fill a couple of those king size balloons.
We need to get our own
Hey, Phil.
like Pervs panel fluffer.
Well, Phil just joined us, so I think that we just got one.
Yeah.
Anyways,
hey, Billy.
You're right, hon.
Hey, Phil. So Gavin says I prefer canned cat buns farts.
Fuds.
Sure.
Yeah, fudge farts.
But if you lived with Shani and Rev, you smelt farts 24 hours a day.
Oh my gosh.
So I mean, I don't even want to think of the farts that you smell, dude. If it's coming out of Shani, I'm sure if you were in the wrong place,
Shani's
you would
house, I think
die.
lighting a match is very hazardous. Just saying.
Yeah, there's enough sulfur.
They just drop out her ass.
Yeah.
They probably
Yeah,
do.
Charles said he just
You
looked
don't
up
know
table
when
porn
the
is a
fart
thing.
happened, right? Because with how fat her butt cheeks are, it
Yeah.
could have just happened, or it could have like escaped out her asshole 3 days ago, and it's taken that long to migrate to the light.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Every single time you join us, we're always talking about fucked up shit.
And Charles does say
So
table
we're
porn is a
talking
thing.
about how there's table porn and cake
Yep.
farts and farting balloons and balloons filled with farts and popping them.
Yeah.
And then Brainless needed a break, and I said we need to get a fluffer, and then you joined. So you are now a fluffer.
Yeah, it's
You're up to date.
It's yep, and it's your fault, Phil.
This
Anyways,
is what our stream's really about. Dearth is just a side thing. You know, we don't care about that.
Yeah, the subject is
It's just a
usually the
side
side.
quest that has
I
a
just-
very like bad yield,
Yeah.
reward.
Yeah, exactly. I just make up a name and throw it on a title and just start
Yep,
a
there you
stream
go.
and we just talk about whatever. Like we don't even give a flying fuck about you, Dave.
Well, that's
So
usually
everybody
what
say
it does end up
food.
being.
No, totally exactly to me. So everybody put hashtag Gavin needs food. Even though that's because Rev kept saying that in that one stream.
Can't foods farts. I gotcha.
Food. It was hilarious.
And
that
Gavin can
fucking
confirm
stream.
that Shani's farts are like an ultra low frequency weapon.
Dude, I'm sure it blows people out of a room and
People
or it
hear
makes
it. People
you
hear it
run.
miles away because that's how low frequency it is. They think
All
it's it's an earthquake.
The dogs start howling in the neighborhood every time she farts.
Yep.
Like a dog, like a real dog.
Because their ears hurt from the
exactly. All right. If I see at least
Hey, widows.
Hey, widows.
Bruh.
Magic trees.
Yeah, like an earthquake
Oh.
rumble. Yep.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, but if you see a police car with 1,000 magic trees hanging in it, you know that was the one that Shani got thrown into a couple weeks ago. Yeah, 'cause they can't get
Right,
the
those
smell
air
out.
fresheners.
Yeah,
Those air
they're like,
fresheners.
damn.
It looks like one of those transports in is it Philippines or something? They got a little dangly balls coming off the
Oh yeah.
or is
yeah,
it Mexico? Somewhere like that. It looks like that.
Wait, Shani got arrested recently.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
There's
I've
there's
not
been
watched
an
any of it for so long now. I'm well out
there's
of it.
been an interesting stuff that's
Mhm.
happened in the stuff. We went over on Lizard's channel a week ago or something.
Yeah,
I
and
think,
I think they showed it on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's when we went over all that. We'll talk about that later because
Hey, Ox.
Yes, please. I would like to know.
yeah, we'll definitely talk about it later. Hey Ox, and then poor cat. What's Gavin doing to the cats to get them to fart in cans? That's
Hello,
how that's how Gavin makes his money to get fed because he won't get fed otherwise. So
Shani's making him fart into foods cans. Yeah.
Oh my Jeebus, that's great. And Widow's Son says they're going over Rev tonight. Yes, I figured y'all were gonna do that for sure. Let's go to
Going
this
over
before we
Rev
get-
phrasing.
Yeah, but you can set fire to a fart, which means it's possible there was a fire-breathing dragon instead of fake dragon. Well, no. There's a cartoon called BC Rock, and there's a dragon in there that can't breathe fire, but it farts fire, and so that's totally a thing.
Yeah.
No, we're down for your side hustle.
Yeah,
there,
we love your
Gavin.
side
No,
hustle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we're totally neck thing. All right, let's blow on with this idiot pointing at
some more
fake
derp.
waves, and look at how zoomed in this photo is. I think that he's gonna have it zoom out a little bit more, but like, look at how zoomed in it is. Just look at the wave size. This is so manicured to fit his narrative for sure.
Here is there's waves out here. You can't even see this boat. When we zoom in, the boat is hidden because it's
Okay,
in
It's
the
just
water.
tiny because it's so far away, and I get that, but
And the other thing is, he did it in the middle of a bunch of trees. Your perspective is going to be so narrow, and now you're zooming in
And
a
you're
bunch.
obviously not going to see it far away because it's too freaking small.
Yeah, exactly. That's just like what I told what's his name with the micro penis yesterday. Never mind.
Not the same as disappearing from the bottom.
You're showing
which
me
is what
a
we
ship.
see.
Look, this boat is look, the whole front of the boat's gone. It's hiding
Yeah.
behind these waves. Look.
No, it's
hiding
no,
behind the
it's
waves.
not.
And as I zoom
It's a
out,
difficult
it
one,
gets
isn't it?
worse.
Because this is difficult because anyone
really.
watching this, you got to go, is it because of the waves or is it because it's disappearing behind the horizon? So I want to hear now your understanding of what flat Earth is, because I'm genuinely intrigued. I want to know what is.
Yeah, and that's normally when we do these things,
Right.
we use a tanker, a huge
Yeah, use a big boat.
industrial
Big ship.
do
Cargo
these.
ship, something like that.
You know,
yeah.
he keeps using all these small boats to talk about this. Like this is a small fishing vessel. It is not that large of a fishing vessel. It only has 2 arms, one on each side. It's a crabber, probably. And there's not very much on it. With these only 2 small towers, this is a small crabbing boat, most likely, that does not go very far into the ocean. It probably only goes so deep. Not like the Alaskan crabbers.
And he's showing boats that are going sideways, not boats that are going away from the land.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like diagonally away.
Yeah.
Is flat Earth.
Right. Well, I'm just finishing on this. When you zoom out, the boat literally just blinks out. You can't see it.
It doesn't
So
blink out.
That ship you're looking at, if it's over the curve, it's farther than the boat that I'm showing you here. And it's literally because of the surface of the water. There's the waves, and then if it's perfectly smooth, you get a.
Okay, now keep watching it until it goes out of your sight, you dumb coont. That's your problem, is y'all never do that. You don't leave it zoomed out and then watch it go away. Although sometimes I hear that you claim. Go ahead.
Sorry, just thinking out loud.
But once again, I have heard that they say, if I could keep zooming forever. That's why I just said earlier, get a high-powered telescope and show me the other side of the earth. Show me Africa, homie. If I can always zoom in to never see
if you're in New York with a telescope and the Earth is flat, you'd be able to see the island of the UK.
Yeah, you'd totally be able to see
with
Europe.
With a good enough camera telescope.
Yeah, totally, exactly. If there are people that can see
Commander's free.
Awesome.
Who let him go? Who let them go? Come on.
Question.
Go ahead. Yep.
How does he know that they are a similar distance or one's further out than the other? How the fuck does he have that knowledge?
He has no idea what math is or numbers. He can barely count to 10. If he lost a finger or a toe, he would not be able to count to 10. That's how dumb this idiot is.
Like, he's saying one's further out than the other because it's advantageous to his point. But, like, what? He has no proof of it. He's just saying shit. And, like, that's what I was thinking out loud. Like, that's so frustrating. 'Cause it's such a basic point. But come on, man, don't just say shit like that.
He is able. No. He's able to sputter out large numbers when he has them memorized. But if you were to ask him what is the angular size of this and how high was that camera and what time of day, and he doesn't have those answers, and then he would be like, "Why do you need to know that?" It's like, because that's how you figure out this math equation, you idiot. Like, I have to know certain numbers. Just like when Rachie did one of her first videos, and I was like, yeah, you're not showing us a couple of numbers that you need to show us so I can prove that you're close. And she goes, well, what numbers do I need to give you? And I went, well, if you don't know, then that's the problem. You have to give me a full angular equation. And that's what she was not doing, is she was not giving us the full angular equation to let us know how far away, what height, and a couple other things to show me what we were actually looking at, and if there was distortion, or if her floor was actually flat. And that was another thing. It's like most people's floors that are wooden that are made in like the 70s, they're not actually flat, and sometimes they make floors to not 100% be flat because they don't want puddles if water goes on it to some extent. And I know that's more with like concrete and driveways and things where rain can get to, but again, you have to show me these certain numbers.
I'm in the UK where all houses are a little bit wonky, especially the older they get.
Yeah, nothing's flat in buildings to some extent. Even if you think the side of your wall is flat,
no.
Pull out a freaking
the ground too. The ground makes part of your house sink.
Conservatories and the flat roof garages that aren't flat, they have a micro incline to stop water pooling in the center.
Right.
And so it actually goes towards whatever drainage system they've got set up for it.
Yeah, exactly. Timely.
And
That's
like,
what I was
it's
getting at.
such a small incline, it is completely like negligible to the eye.
It's
you can't
it's
notice
imperceptible.
it, but it's only when you see the water actually trailing in a direction, or you get the spirit level out on it, that you truly see it.
When people are building, especially here in the Americas, this happens a lot, cookie cutter houses, right? They look exactly the same. They're almost completely the same color on every block, all the suburban houses and stuff. And this probably happened in olden times too, where they just put up 20 things right at the same time, right? Not everything needs to be 100% completely square. If it's a little off, you just like throw an extra piece of something here. You just make it look like it does fit or whatever. I mean, there are ways to faking the joint not going together 90 degrees and or completely, because it doesn't have to be degrees. Just because your eye thinks that your room is 90 degrees, like I said, pull out a square and go and put things to things and see how actual square your living place is, you know.
Put things to things.
Yeah, houses are definitely not square because they're just made to look like they are. And they're technically not completely. They're not all 90-degree angles. Dave, you idiot. Go and test some bullshit. Actually go to through your house and put a level, put a handful of other things around, and you're going to find out there's a lot more curve in your life than you think, you douche nozzle. Like, let me, one more thing. We make fender art for motorcycles. So the fender's curved. So we make a curved surface to fit on there. I have people that are putting them on the hoods of their hot rods, their limos, their semis, their hearse, and they actually fit a curve because your hood actually has a lot more curve than you think. Just because your eyeball only sees it's flat, how do you think the water rolls off the hood of your car?
Yeah.
You don't want it to pool on a flat surface on your car so that it eats away your paint job or the finish. You want it to run away, just like just like the gutters and or the roof of your house. Why do you think the roof of your house is tilted some way, shape, or form? Unless like you live in certain places that do kind of have flat roofs, but again, they're all going to be like Vila was saying, tilted to go to the drainage ditch.
The same thing goes for rivers.
That same,
if the earth is flat, why do all the rivers flow into the ocean?
That way. Yeah.
Because they have a lot of there's a slight incline. Obviously, the earth's curved. So they're going to go follow the path of least resistance, and they're going to keep going until they can't go no more.
Exactly, Timely. So, bro, you're an idiot, and Dave, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't understand simple math equations. A carny like me knows more math than your punk ass. And I know you're doing this because you're a grifter and that you just want to make money, and this is the easy way for you to make money. He literally doesn't have to leave his house anytime. He just goes on these interviews, and these people either pay him and or I'm sure he is selling something that I don't know about because I haven't looked far enough into him. Like I have Santos. Santos is selling a bunch of fucking woo bullshit. I know that for sure.
No, with Earth, it's his flat Earth. It's his app, pretty much.
Is it okay? It is his app that he is selling. It's
like because there's like a monthly charge. You can get videos on the app as well.
Oh my!
There's like a monthly subscription.
God.
And guess what? All you flat earthers out there, he sells your information to people.
Yeah, that flat Earth finder.
There you are.
He doxes people on it.
Exactly. So yeah, it's $2.99.
Yeah, you're right. He probably does sell information to third parties as well.
Yeah, why wouldn't he? It's easy to do that once you have an app that takes in your information and you put on your GPS to show your location. You if it somehow has other things that people like say, or it can record other data like what shops you were at or a couple other little things, then now you can sell that to so many people.
I mean, you're fucked if you gave him access to your photo and video.
Yeah, because now he can look at all your porn or all your nudes, and technically he could sell it to somebody, not legally, but he technically could be just selling nudes to all these like porn websites just so they can use it. And there's all those websites that say, there's this MILF in your town and she wants to have sex with you now, and they show you a photo. Those photos are all stolen usually.
Yeah.
And they just upload them and use them because they're in India or they're in another country. And so if they do get taken down, then they're just like, yeah, you sue me here in South America or whatever.
Yeah,
they're like, well, I guess I
at.
can't
Gotta
really
go through my
fucking do
country's
that.
laws. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So literally, he could just be selling all of your information. Yeah, again,
we don't know. We don't know. Yeah.
No. And again, allegedly but again, this would be so easy for him to do this.
You can do a Facebook group for free, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You can bash yourself in the face. Please don't do this. You can bash yourself in the face with a hammer, and you can believe in the flat earth without even downloading an app. I mean, all you got to do is just bash yourself in the face enough, and then.
But also, like, if anybody wants to look at it, there are things to fake your location.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
You can do VPNs and stuff all like that and fake your location now. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, no, but also fake GPS.
If you want to see it, that was in the beginning of the video. The first little thing he had in the corner that looked like his phone there, that was his little punk ass app. Yeah. And I'm hearing that there are ads on the website, so he's selling ads, so he's making money off of this.
He's making money either way. He's making money off that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what he is, a grifter. If Flat Earth somehow dies, he's gonna have to go work at Walmart again or something like that. Which I don't think he has any other skills other than stocking shelves.
Slim, Flat Earth is already dead. They're just fucking the corpse.
What was it? China just landed on the moon, and now they're sending some other thing up.
India.
Right? Sorry.
And they landed on the like the dark part of the moon near this where no one else has landed before.
Far side of the moon, not dark side.
Yeah, the far side. Like,
that's
it's
supposedly.
A big deal. It's so
supposedly that's where the Nazi moon base was, and they proved it wrong.
And Earth has already proved that was fake, by the way.
Yeah, well, we have a thing with level
Has
Earth
he
observer.
Proved it without
he claims he proved it.
Yeah. Well, and we
have DFE is back. I'll get the video in the side chat, but he goes over that.
We have a video about level Earth observer.
Yes,
as well. We'll go over that later. As well. So yeah,
I think he does it just for the S&Gs to being dumb.
I think he likes being a troll, or like I don't know.
He is a troll. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah.
I mean, when he tried to debunk that ISS video, he picked on things. He just looked something and went like, "Oh my God, that looks like this, so we'll run with it." He didn't pick on any other things that we brought up about it.
Of course,
you know.
Yeah, no, and he'll find another grift. I'm sure there'll be another conspiracy theory that he can jump on. He'll probably become a Trumpinite or something like that.
Yeah.
Or a QAnoner, which I can't believe that's still a thing. And now since what's his name is dead, they think they have a 13-year-old who's now their leader. Some 13-year-old girl they think's their leader now.
Really?
We'll get into that we'll get into that another time on another. We're gonna have to go over QAnon again for another stream. Like it's crazy
QAnon
how they think
so
this
dumb.
Jesus Christ. So let's see. Yeah, all right, let's keep blowing on with this idiot.
A mirage, and it just hides behind the mirage. We'll get into that further. So, what is flat Earth? Right? People think people think that
it's your mom without a bra.
that, where is it? Looking for
Sorry.
People think that flat Earth is a disc floating in space. Right? Nobody believes that we're a disc floating in space.
Okay, well, now are you going to actually tell us what your fucking model is, or are you just going to dance around the thing and kind of pretend that you're going to tell us what their fucking model is? I'm guessing he's going to dance around and not actually give us any kind of cohesive version of
He
a
doesn't.
model.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't believe what he's saying.
No, of course he does not.
But when it comes to YouTube, he believes in quotes it. He believes in quotes.
Yeah,
Because
but
it's
he's
YouTube, he
not
has
gonna-
to put out on YouTube that he believes all this stuff.
I believe I can fly. Oh, anyways, I still do not believe he's going to give us a real definition of what they think the model
No, he never
of
does.
the flat Earth is. Of course, no. He always beats around the bush, or at least he beats his bush when we're not having him on stream about the flat Earth. Never mind.
Okay, when you Google flat Earth, YouTube will serve you
Yeah.
this. This is from the Flat Earth Society. Nobody believes in the Flat Earth Society except globe believers. They say, I'm going to check on flat Earth. I'm going to Google flat Earth. And then you end up with information from this disinformation site. No flat earther believes we're a disk. No flat earther thinks we're floating in space. No flat earther thinks that water is falling off the edge of the disk, right? So that's not what it is, right? And, then they show you the turn up, right? And that the Earth is rising at 9.8 meters per second. No legitimate flat earther thinks that, right? We're not a flat
Then where's
planet with
gravity
other
coming from?
ground planets. This is all, you're mixing a fake flat Earth model with a fake heliocentric model, which
But then where does gravity come from, you idiot?
is a double negative.
And obviously it's
So
not because
what
it's
is
moving
flat Earth?
upward.
And the answer is the
I don't know.
large bodies of water at rest need containment. Can you agree with that, Andrew?
Say that again.
Large bodies of water at rest need containment. Agreed?
Yes, of course,
Okay.
yeah.
And so a bathtub needs a tub. A lake needs the shoreline of a lake. The world pond, all of the oceans of the world need containment. What holds them in? They're not on a spinning
Gravity.
ball in a scientifically impossible space vacuum. They're literally being held in by the
Antarctica.
shoreline of our gigantic world lake. That shoreline we call Antarctica,
Jesus.
right? So
No.
Antarctica is the container of our water.
Is he gonna
No.
talk about wait, hold on. Is he gonna talk about the fucking extra
The
continents?
extra lands,
Ask-
possibly. He
Dude,
does believe,
oh my God.
He does show that.
Yeah, we went over that.
I
Oh
say
my
he
God,
has
I
shown
hope
it.
I hope he fucking goes over
Mhm.
that right now, because I love when they say extra lands and that for some reason the government is letting people starve to death on each continent because we have extra things to get.
Don't forget, they show the extra lands, and all the lands have names.
Wait, is
But
it?
we don't know. We've never been there, but we have names for them on this map.
Yeah. Go ahead,
It's
Vila.
like, and Andrew Gold is actually culturally Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if he starts bringing up the New World Order and like that anti-Semitic shit, maybe that's where he gets angry.
I don't know.
Ooh, maybe. I'm hoping that we do get Dave more heated than he is, and I understand the reason why this gentleman who's interviewing Dave thinks that it was a heated, because that's just how Dave is. He's just always like he's on.
The thing
a
is,
bunch of meth.
David's last name is Weiss. I believe he may be of Jewish descent as well. Don't quote me on
Probably.
that, but
no, he probably
he's
is.
got to
but he
have
probably-
some in there, if not
and
full.
He still says that the Jews run the world, even
Of
though
course,
he
because
does-
that's the
somehow
flat
doesn't
Earth
know about
narrative,
it, and-
right?
Yeah, it's the globalists, and
It's a
you know,
globalist.
so somehow
That's what they use now.
he's just mad he never got brought into all of the secret society stuff. That's why he's so pissed.
He wanted to be in secret
He's-
society, and they wouldn't let him in. That's what it is. Yeah,
They're like, no, bro,
they
you're too
blackballed
dumb."
him.
Yeah, they totally did it. They was like, God damn it. So now he's running around trying to be anti it because he's so mad about. Prove me wrong, Dave.
You know what? Start your own secret society. That's all I can say.
Well, he was not
You
smart
know?
enough to come up with his own Bible, so he was like, "Oh, let's just leech onto flat Earth," because it was the hot topic of the
Yeah,
day when
yeah.
he lost his job at some oil changing place. So he probably was a grease monkey back in the day, where he only changed oil, or he was a janitor at a
Mhm.
low level school or something, and he lost his job because he looked at the girls
I
too much or
don't know what
something,
his
you know,
background is. His educational
Yeah.
background is. I
Yeah.
don't think he really has that much college in his background.
I don't think he has very much education. I would even guess that he doesn't have even his GED.
Yeah,
So, and then
he
Harry
probably is a
Wolf-
high school graduate. I'll give him that much.
Sure, let's just
But-
give him the
but-
benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, he's definitely
And
showing
say
that he
that.
failed education, or he's playing stupid, which is kind of for flat Earth. It's like you don't have to play stupid. You just already believing in it already believes. Pushing it already says you're stupid anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't believe he can count very high.
Mm.
Still don't believe that. He seems like he can't count very high. All right, so now we're just gonna bring in our next guest, and that is, how are you doing, Commander?
Hey, Commander.
All right.
Good. We're glad you're here. We have some idiocracy to go over for sure.
Hey, sweetie.
How you doing? Just a little bit of heads up as to what the flat Earth is. On that intro where the ship is firing on something, that's the death pancake.
The death pancake. That's amazing. Heck yeah.
I love that.
I gotta remember that. Okay, so I'm going to begin this, and then I'm gonna get another beer.
Okay.
It looks like it's okay. Let me just do this right quick. I just want to see what the next subject is. The ball. I don't know if he's. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, the South Pole is the next thing. So we'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to start this, and then we'll. I'll be right back. Let's see if he talks about the extra lands further than Antarctica. I hope he does.
What's out here? What's out here? What's out here? No one's allowed to go out there. You're allowed to go to this little peninsula where there's a base bigger than many countries. Okay, but you're not allowed to go out here guided. You have to, people say, oh yeah, you can go out there. Look into it. We've looked into it. We've got videos to show you that you actually can't go out there. And now all the people.
But loads of people have. There are entire bases and countries out in Antarctica.
Yeah. So the entire, when you say entire countries and bases, I agree. The entire countries and bases are, jump all over the place here. Give me a second here. Here it is. We have, this is our map, and we have a base here. These are bases.
Oh
Nobody
God,
goes from this base
map.
across the bottom of the ball and shows up at this base. Nobody traverses these bases. They might go from this base to this base. Okay,
like the
that's
Flat
about
Earth Society
I don't know
that
how far
he
that is, but it's
says.
not that much bigger than if
Why does no one go there?
Because this is how the Earth is set up, and it's too far. It's too far, right? No one's allowed to cross over the South Pole, right? Because we can't disturb the ice, can't disturb the penguins. We can't. We have to keep the ice pristine.
There's no penguins at the South Pole. You dumb shit.
They
live on the coast.
No.
They live on the coast.
Damn polar bears.
Oh my God.
All right, so
and polar bears are way
They're
north.
not. Polar bears are not in the Antarctic. They're in the Arctic.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
God, he's
Mr.
so
Fair.
stupid.
Welcome.
He's so stupid. Hey, Mr.
There's
Fair.
a lot of reasons, and I didn't hear exactly what happened because I don't have the ears, but there's a lot of reasons why you can't go to certain places, and you guess what's happened throughout history? A lot of people have died trying to do it, you idiot. Like we
Not to mention, if something happens, your country of origin is responsible for finding you and rescuing you.
Yeah, and you have
That's
to have
why
like,
it costs so much. Why you have to let people know you're going. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah. Fucking counts.
Exactly. And if you,
There are reasons they want you to be supervised. It's because I don't know. It's very easy to fucking die there, even if you are qualified, have survival skills, training, and the equipment.
Yeah.
Let alone if you're some dipshit that doesn't know anything and probably doesn't even own thermals good enough to last a minute out there.
Right.
And then they don't have enough medical equipment to be looking after your dumb ass. Like, they're not going to waste the medical equipment they need to have on hand for, like, the bases that are
the
over there already on
scientists
your
and people who
stupid
produce.
shit.
Criminy. So dumb.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, there are very valid reasons why they do that. Even if there's an ice wall, right? Even if it is. They're not disparaging the fact that it is an ice wall. It is still fucking freezing there. It is still dangerous for life there if you do not have the training and equipment. So they would still not want people to go there so people don't fucking die.
And they claim the ice shelves are the ice wall.
What
No.
you're telling me a
No.
government doesn't want people to die in a foreign land, so
Yeah,
they have to go and
exactly.
retrieve them for gazillions of dollars for no reason? What? Don't.
No,
That's
right? They would rather you die in your own country from lack of good infrastructure.
Right.
yeah. They want to kill you on their homeland. Duh.
Yeah, you
That's
gotta
what
clean
government
on your home soil. Exactly.
Where
Somebody
it
will
doesn't
you-
cost them so much goddamn money.
Yeah. Will somebody clip that and then put it in the Discord? My Discord.
Oh my god.
Dave,
I love it.
guess
Oh,
what?
he's so done.
You're a clown. Anyways,
idiot.
let's get
He's
further
an
on.
idiot.
He's got this is his clown. Clown crown.
Wasn't
Made a
he
crown
on
for-
that stream with that lady from Georgia who was like globes everywhere?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
him
yeah,
and I
yeah.
forget who else, but yeah, he was
Yeah,
on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
They were.
She and her husband have a shitty water bottle company, so at some point the penguins have to basically abduct her and have her run her mouth in a straitjacket or something.
I would love to video record that and watch that later while I'm jerking off. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. Let's
Okay,
keep
Slim.
going on with this guy.
Getting stuck out there. Meanwhile, in Alaska, if you go north and your expedition gets snowed in or something, they'll go, well, you're going to have to wait till the spring. We're not even going to try to rescue them because it's just too
It
harsh out
costs,
But we have been to the South Pole.
Yeah.
there. Who has? Who told you that? Were you there? You have pictures?
Well, this is it. I can't win. I can't win the debate, David, because everything I say, look, here's a picture.
Genetic
there's a
fallacy, David. Genetic fallacy.
So there's a gazillion and a half people that have tried to go there. A lot of them died. Most people never came back. There are expeditions where we have proof that people were there, that they either found frozen and dead, and there are just other things that have happened that have gone throughout.
There are people that have gone to the South Pole and come back just fine.
Yeah, and that too. But we have lots
Yeah.
of examples of it. We have like 100 accounts, if not more. I'm gonna say around 100 accounts of different people from different countries at different time periods trying to go there and making it or not. This isn't some secret thing that they're trying to pretend there is. And just because there is like 2 out of the 100 that went there and had hallucinations and said they found some weird secret land and they were there for like 30 years and then they came back and then no time had like went past it or some bullshit. Yeah, don't believe those idiots. You
No.
dumbasses. Remember,
I think you can go there for like 60 grand. Even
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to the
it's-
South Pole.
It's tens
Yeah,
of thousands. But
so
yeah.
like he was saying, there is a coast somewhere that not on this map, obviously, but there is one little alcove, one little bay that seems to have the better weather throughout most
Right.
of the year.
Which is where that's
they
more
have-
tourism. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a hotel, a couple things. The hotel has like the bar in it, and you don't have to leave technically unless you want to like go trek out there. But then you have to have a guide, just like if you were to go to Mount Everest and a handful of other high mountains and weird places. You have Sherpas, you have guides, you have people going with you. Not because they're trying to hide something, you fucking weirdos. No, it's because it's really fucking hard to get there and to get in and out. And if you get stuck, you may be there, like you just said, Dave, you fucking idiot. You may have to be there for 3 months, if not more. You have to have enough supplies to not die in that time. That's a lot of weight to move, transport, and then you have to make sure that you have people that are willing to be there during those times that don't want to be there either. So it's expensive to go there, you twat whistle.
And you got to fill out a bunch of forms and everything.
And you have to go and get your physical. You have to make sure that you are healthy enough and blah, blah, blah. But once again, like we've said before, Dave, go fucking rent a fucking ship and try to drive there and see what happens.
I believe
It's not going to be exactly.
There's a cruise that maybe goes down to Antarctica.
Yeah.
But it goes down to,
There's-
like you say, a specific part of it.
Yeah, there is a once a year, maybe it is more,
Yeah.
Antarctic cruise that they do, and they go to the port and for a couple of days, and you go in, and then you party in that little hotel or that.
Yeah.
resort. I think it's like I think that's more of what it is. It's like a huge resort. Then you come out and then you go around it a little bit more, and then you go down the Pacific Ocean by California, down down the states,
Right,
and I think. And then you see like the whales and stuff. I think that's like part of it is like it's a whale excursion.
Not to mention there's I think it's every 3 or 4 years there's a yacht race that actually goes around Antarctica.
Yeah, there's the world yacht race or whatever it's called, and they definitely go by there. But
they go all the way around Antarctica. That's the race.
So I just want to add this because I just find this hilarious because the Arctic Treaty is coming to a close. Lots of countries are trying to vie for a way that they can kind of backhandedly claim ownership of Antarctica.
Yeah.
So one country sent a couple over there to be the first couple to get pregnant in Antarctica.
So they can technically start claiming some way, shape, or
Haven't they
form,
already
right?
had
If you have a
no, I can't remember if they had a baby
there,
born
then-
down there or not. I think they had a baby born down there.
Yeah, I was about to say that another country was like, oh,
Yeah.
hold my beer. And they got a pregnant woman there. So she was the first person to give birth there, making her child the first person to be the first person in God knows how long to be a first native-born Alaskan.
Not
So
an
Antarctican.
There, the Antarctica is not. It would be whatever country she's from. That's where the baby would be. The Antarctica is not a country.
You're subject to the laws of the country that
you're from.
You are, technically.
Or that's hosting the expedition.
Born, like what
Unless
country you're born in.
You're born on, correct.
Whatever citizenship that you
You'd be the first to be born on the continent, but you're not a citizen of that continent. There's no government for that.
But it's just these ways that they're trying to backhandedly get ownership of Antarctica. And I just thought that's hilarious. Like, that's funny as fuck.
So you know what that means? We all need to do? We need to set up an orgy from from a different country. We need to have like 52 countries or whatever.
I forget. There's 100 and something countries now that have signed on.
There we go.
treaty.
Let's get 100 and something people to take over that thing and go there, and we'll have an orgy with every person from every country, and then nobody can claim it because again, it's a sovereign land again or whatever. I don't know.
No, I know what Vito's trying to say.
Probably best to keep any individual country from claiming it.
Yes,
because they'll eventually just tear it up for the resources.
I think the treaty is coming up pretty soon, expiring pretty soon, but I'm sure it'll be re-signed and it'll keep going further. Yeah,
you got those goddamn.
And it's a really simple. Like the text isn't that dense, and it's less than 12 pages. I know it could be less than
it's
10.
not very. It's not a very long treaty at all.
Yeah, and all it really says is we're just not going to mine things, or we're just not going to take resources out of it, and we're only going to use it mainly for experimental, scientific,
peaceful
discoveries.
purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the main worry is, and even now, is they're going to get in there, and there's people going to want to take all the resources out of it. It's going to become like everywhere else, you know.
Yeah, goddamn.
We're trying to prevent that from happening with Antarctica.
Goddamn, Coca-Cola's gonna go in there and take all the ice, and they're gonna sell it to all the goddamn stadiums.
They're gonna chip away at the ice on there, and they're gonna sell it, right?
So
Antarctic ice.
So they can sell it.
That video of Admiral Byrd, there's like significant coal and oil resources there.
Yeah. Are you bowing out?
Yeah, I'm really
Okay,
tired,
Brainless.
and I got work in the morning again.
Yeah, get some sleep, hon.
I love
Good
you,
night.
fucker.
Love you, Brainless.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Sweet dreams.
Good night.
Yeah, there is a part of Antarctica the Admiral Byrd showed where there's volcanic activity underneath, and it's like there's no ice. It's like you go over it and there's like it's just like, you know, dirt and stuff. It's barren, but it's.
Wait, are you telling me that Antarctica's got a lot of sex lube? All right,
It's
we're
got a lot
going
of sex
there.
lube.
Yeah, there's a lot of
A lot of
oil
magma.
It's got a lot of magma.
Magma.
That's great. All right. So I feel like it's about time to do a palette cleansing.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and go
Picture
here.
of a boat disappearing over the horizon.
And hopefully it saves that for us. 1331. I'll remember that. Let's get into this funness.
A person of one keeping a secret is perfect, right? Anybody
knows.
No one knows except for the person who knows. When you get to 2, you're still pretty good. That's not. Then when you get to 3,
it's over.
It's going to get out.
Yeah, 3 is over.
And that's why when people are like, well, the Earth is flat, I'm like, who's keeping the secret? Because they all.
That's Joel McHale, isn't
The
it?
Earth is flat. We do know that.
Yeah, it is.
I just was on a flight the other day. God, it felt pretty flat to me, dude. Look out the window.
He didn't. He looks different on there because he's got the beard and that, this mustache and stuff.
Yeah, he looks a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, he was making the thing. That's exactly it.
Hey, Tubian, yes, liquid hot magma or magga.
Oh, the fun thing about the word MAGA, right? When they're screaming witch hunt, if you're a D&D player, you have Mangus, which is a male sorcerer, and then a MAGA, which is a female sorcerer. So when they're screaming witch hunt, MAGA actually means female sorcerer. So they're not far from the truth.
Well, he did say something in the video someone I were talking about with Walter Masterson. They did say, well, it should be MEGA, mega, make education great again.
But if you have great education, you probably won't have MAGA.
That's true. Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. I kind of feel like we're gonna delve into. Let's go and look at a taboo conspiracy about how to fake the globe. Let's do that.
Oh God, taboo conspiracy. Jeez, that man lies so much.
I know.
He's a proven liar.
Here I wanted to show everyone how one might go about faking the globe in a graphics program like After Effects. This is usually something along the lines of what NASA would be using. Here I have the program Adobe After Effects.
No, they have way better fucking shit than fucking.
Even
Adobe
they use After Effects.
Yeah.
They don't fake the globe to make people believe it's a globe. You numbnut. They use it for other reasons.
Remember, folks, ladies and gentlemen.
It's fun when clouds travel and satellites basically orbit in almost the same place, but a few hundred miles away from where they were on the surface of the Earth previously because of their orbital period and the fact that the Earth rotates. And then you get clouds appearing, the same cloud just in a different place being taken a picture of because things move.
Yes.
One thing I found too, there's a video of it's a time lapse of a year on Earth. Okay. And if you look at it, the clouds around the equator are pretty much in a straight line. And then the ones, north and south, they take on the Coriolis. They'll take on some will take on they'll start spinning and stuff. But the ones at the equator are more straight.
Hey, we never go straight. We only go forward. Never mind.
You know what I mean? They're in line. They're not. They don't really curve one way or the other. Some do. It depends. Yeah. But it kind of shows you Coriolis right there. Do you know what I mean?
And then, folks, ladies and gentlemen, when you take a photo, when you make an illustrated, animated, and anything of something of a thing that is digital,
yes,
you do not just post the raw data to somewhere. You put it into a video maker, a photo editor, and you mess with the contrast, the color, the saturation.
Yep.
You edit it some way, shape, or form. That's all that it fucking means, you twat whistles. It doesn't mean they CGI everything. They have to mess with it's not raw data that you post anytime. You have to go in and change colors to make them a little bit different. And what is happening with a lot of these is they're being taken in infrared and other light filters.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to take those and they have to compress them to make them into an image from multiple light filters to actually make what, like, and as an example, like what we're seeing in front of us. Otherwise, it would just be red. It would just be blue. It would just be green, right? The different filters, infrared and this light spectrum and blah, blah, blah. So instead, they put them all together. They make a cohesive visual thing for you to understand and for you to look at as a layman person who's just a regular human that has no idea how to video edit and or how compression works, how digital imagery works.
Right.
So let's see him fake his way through this bullshit.
They just make it look better.
They make it look better.
Yeah, you
make
just
it
make
look
it sharper.
good. They want it to look good, so you want to look at it, right?
Yeah. And then sometimes there's certain colors that are kind of like, oh, that looks weird if we like put it out and there's way too much green because now it looks like there's smog or like toxic gas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well now we're gonna pull the green out of there so it looks more like white and blue and tan and less green because then your eye is like, wait, is there poison gas everywhere? What are they trying to show me? When you're not trying to show that, what you're trying to show is you're trying to show the clouds on top of this land mass, right? And so you're going to pull the green out. You have to do different things, change saturation, like I said, and contrast. It's a major thing. Sometimes it's a little blurry. If you just contrast it up just a couple times or like a little bit, now it looks crisp and clean, or you can see edges a little bit better, not by throwing it up a gazillion times, but just tweaking a couple little things to make it look better. And that's how do you think they make all these ugly people fucking on Instagram look better?
All those filters they have.
Yeah, it's not a fake photo, it's a real photo, just they manicured it to look a little different, right?
And then lighting makes the world a difference. When I was getting my passport taken, I actually wound up having passports taken, pictures taken at 3 different places until there was one that looked like me because the lighting in the other place was shit. So it made me look older than I do.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead and try taking flattering photography under fluorescent lighting in a freaking drugstore. Yeah. Have fun doing that, dude. Yeah, exactly. It's not going to work very well. So that's the whole
worst
thing.
Lighting.
These idiots don't realize like what it all takes to make like this look decent. Like me being on camera, and I know I look like shite, or it looks like, but like at least it looks decent because I have an understanding of lighting, sound, where a handful of things because I went through classes and I have done lots of putting on events, setting up a stage, setting up videography, music videos, photography, all that stuff. I have a small understanding of what all of these things are. Again, they didn't say they have to make up photos to show us the globe. They said they have to manicure them, make them look better, because if they don't, National Geographic's not going to buy that image, not going to buy that little photo or whatever, right? If it looks fucking tits, then everybody's going to buy that and everybody's going to use that to show that in their stuff, right? You want it to look awesome. Why would you not want it to look awesome?
My renders, my earlier renders, I did not use the compositor, and they look like crap. But over time, I learned how to use a compositor. And front lighting and all the lighting in the back. If I use just one light, this would look like shit.
Yeah. It's just like the people that do astronomy pictures. They have to stack the pictures on each other. All the pictures they take and stack them to make it look good. For, it's not just you take one picture and, oh my God, that's it. No, you have to stack them, and it takes time for that.
And then exposure with astronomy. That's important.
Yeah.
I know this is not exactly there, but when you shoot porn or when you watch porn, that's not all shot once normally. That's like 3 different times those people had sex, or at least faked having sex. If the gentleman comes way too early, you have to wait for him to get a little bit more hard again, and then you can shoot a couple more scenes. So it's not fake, just the order's not right. Again, you're not making a fake video, just like a movie. You shoot scenes in weird orders. Like when I worked on movie sets, they're like, okay, we're doing chapter 5 now, or scene gazillion and a half, which is the end, because this person can only be here today and tomorrow. And then after that, we can shoot the rest of the scenes. It's not fake. It's just these things are done a different way than your eyeballs and brains see it being done. And why would NASA put numbers on their props and show it in a video? They wouldn't be that stupid. They wouldn't make mistakes. Just like the ISS crap where they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. No, that's compression. They wouldn't show us the wrong thing. Literally, they would make it look exactly like an Aliens movie where it looked like
Hollywood
so
stuff is
amazing.
perfect. Hollywood stuff is perfect. NASA stuff has all these compression artifacts and stuff. If they were going for perfection to deceive us, it would be perfect.
Exactly. That's my major thing. Working in the film industry and photography and all that stuff. You know how fucking anal all of those people are, directors and all that shit?
Oh God.
No, they will make you spend 12 hours on one scene until you fucking get everything right. They're not going to let anything go by. And if you don't know, there are a handful of other people on the set that there's the art director, there's the scene director, there's this person who makes sure that like every level of water and every bite out of a sandwich or whatever is cohesive and is
people who do continuity. Yeah.
Thank you. I was like, continental. I'm like, that's not right. So the continuity in films, they actually hire like multiple people to do that, and everybody else there that's doing the lighting and everything else, they are watching it as well. So somebody's going to get called out, especially if they're doing for the government, and everybody's going to get nuked if they do something wrong, right? Like you're going to die if you don't make this look right.
When we were, I was an extra in Howard the Duck in the concert scene. We filmed that in San Francisco at the old Fillmore. We were there for 8 hours plus. They only did 2 scenes. That was it. And the scenes were maybe 2 minutes long.
Yeah, maybe that.
The rest was all set up.
Yep, I've been there, done that. I worked on so many films and other things where you're there for a gazillion hours and they only use 30 seconds of it.
Yep.
Night Dog. Hopefully everything's going well with you.
Yeah.
Let us know how everything is going in the Dissim Accords, or let us know if you ever want to come on here and join us and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll love to have you back on again, Dog.
Yeah. So
love that avatar.
Yeah, me too. I love that so much. That's the other thing about these idiots. You don't know what it's like to hire craft services to bring out sandwiches, and then you have to have there's so much stuff that you don't understand on how to make a film or how to fake something. There's so much involved that like you couldn't fake it in this way they have. And now we have India that just went there. Now they're trying to put another probe somewhere else. What happened with the ISS? We just brought people back from there, right? So like 5 or 6 people or something. They just came back from the
2,
ISS.
I think 2 or 3.
Sure. Okay, cool. So sorry if I get numbers a little, but
no, it's okay.
Anyways, we have constantly, and then what did SpaceX just do? They did like second flight into inner outer orbit or whatever with fucking rich bitches, and they went there, and we have video of that and a handful of other things that have just happened recently. And I think India is trying to send a probe to Mars or Jupiter. I don't remember. But again, now they're going to about ready to do that too. Well, why aren't these things hitting the fucking dome? And again, China wants to disprove Russia, and Russia wants to disprove us, and then other countries want to disprove us as well, right? So why is everybody lying? You know how much money a country would make, especially like Puerto Rico or a very small country, if they could prove that we lied about everything?
Or in the Cold War, it would be a
Yeah.
propaganda coup if Russia could prove that we didn't land on the moon.
Yeah, Russia would have been gleeful to say, "Oh, you didn't go. Here's your evidence."
Yeah, and now China and India. I
Mhm.
mean, like, not India doesn't have anything against us, but if India could be
Right.
like, no, these idiots didn't go there, then dude, they would be the powerhouse then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's no reason. Oh, I forgot. It's all the lands outside of Antarctica that have the extra countries that have all the golds that we're all taking the monies
and
from.
it's all
so
the
we
lands
can't-
around the outside of
It's all
the
around
ice
the
wall.
outs- yeah,
That's where
yeah.
all the aliens come from.
Yeah, and that's where all the
They don't come off the Earth. They come from, yeah.
The Galactic Penguin Federation. That's where we come from.
Exactly. And then there's the inner Earth as well that we keep forgetting about every once in a while. And if you want to say that India did not land on the dark side of the moon, there's still the alien Nazi base as well.
Oh, that's
So,
right.
I mean,
That's
there's-
right.
Oh my jeebus. It's so funny when I'm in public every once in a while and like I'm like, oh yeah, I do these things about conspiracies. They're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh yeah, there's like this base that's supposedly on the dark side of the moon, or there's an inner Earth of these giants, and they're called the Nephilims, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, thank God you don't know, because I feel like everybody know, like it's very, very mainstream. It's so amazing to go meet real people in real life, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, thank God you don't know about this shit. Not that you would believe, but I'm like, oh my God, okay, it's not as prevalent as my dumbass
It's like
wants
you have
to
no
think.
idea.
Like, yeah.
It's like you don't want to know because you start going down the rabbit hole that I've been into.
Yeah. And it's so funny. They're like, how do you know about this? I'm like, dude, I'm a carny. I'm a carny. you don't want to know how I fall into rabbit
I
holes.
wound up into someone who fell down the rabbit hole. I will have to send you a link to the guy, although he has like 203,000 subscribers, so I don't know if he copyrights, but he's deep into that Nephilim and all that alien bullshit.
Send that to me for sure. The street pastor that was on the street corner in downtown Fort Collins that used to be there like every weekend. Guess what? He hasn't been there for 2 weekends.
Really?
Yeah, because his friends video recorded me and called the cops and said I was harassing him, and I was standing a little too close. And he did at one point say, "You spat on me, sir." And I went, "Well, what are you gonna do?" Like, literally, I can stand this close right now, and whatever. Cops came out. They showed the video recording. They're like, technically, you probably shouldn't have said like everything you said, but you didn't do anything to him, and he didn't react exactly. And they're like, next time, just go sit over here, and you can have amplified sound, and you can drown him out.
Yeah.
So he can't be heard, but you have to be further away from him and try to not face him every single time, or not face him that much. The cops literally told me how to get around it. And
you are technically, you're basically in public, so there's not much that can be done.
He's on a street corner, so I can technically be really close without touching.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Like, dude, I'm in public, you're in public.
Yeah. There's a weird gray line. I understand. I know.
This is my corner and I have to leave it. No, that's not how this works.
Yeah, and and the cop saw that I was turning around. I was twerking in front of him, but I was talking to the crowd the whole time. I was twerking on him. I was like this, and I'm like, this guy believes that Jesus went to band camp. I was like, nah. People were laughing and they were flipping him off, not me. And they were like, yeah, good job. Because people are
I can picture you doing that too in my head.
And then there was a lady and her friend who were video recording me, and she kept going, you're gonna go to jail. And I kept looking at her, I'm like, I know the law, he doesn't, or you don't know the law. And the cops are like, yeah, I technically couldn't, but we could make this a thing. But he's like, just do this and that, and then you're golden. And then as they let me go, his friends were gone. They bolted, like they were not around. And as I walked past him, I said, see you next time. And he hasn't been back since.
Oh, no. God, Slim.
I know. But dude, he comes out there and he talks about anti-abortion and how all the women are sluts in town because they're college kids. And it's like, nobody needs to hear that. None of us need to hear that. All the college girls do not need to hear you calling them sluts and saying they should not get an abortions or not wear contraceptives because you think that the Old Testament. That's what he kept pushing, was the Old Testament.
The Old Testament, right.
That was one of the things I kept going up to him about, was like, wait, shouldn't we be talking about the New Testament? What did Jesus say? Didn't he say
Didn't Jesus fulfill the prophecy, so the Old Testament was no more?
And
null and void is
no more.
Yeah.
I believe it's Numbers chapter 5, verse 11 through 22 spells out to the Levitical priests how and when to perform an abortion. You know, the whole drinking of the sour liquor that's supposed to, if she did something wrong, cast out the kid.
If she was an adulterer and she drinks the liquid of the blah, then the kid will be cast out because of the blah,
And in Jewish tradition, you're only obligated to produce 2 kids per couple, and then according to what the rabbis say, at least, then of course the contraception is cool. They just want you to produce replacement value.
And if you're a Mormon, you have to put your dick through a sheet. And never mind. Is that Mormonism?
No, that's not how that works. No.
What was
if you're married, you can do what the heck you want, basically.
Okay, but isn't there the hole in the sheet thingy, bobber?
They're still doing that be fruitful and multiply stuff though, because I knew a couple. They had they had like 6 kids when I was in the church. There
we will go with the hole in the sheet thing because it is funny.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So let's blow on and hear how this douche pretends to show us how to fake the globe, even though I'm pretty sure they're not going to prove that at all. And once again, we already went over everything that he's probably going to pretend to try to do. But it was real at some point. You can still fuck with shit. He's probably going to change like the levels and stuff and go,
his message will be, look, I can fake the globe, so therefore NASA fakes the globe, therefore globe fake. That's kind of what he's going toward. Right?
Yeah, and totally. How many space agencies are currently doing things? Somebody look that up and tell me how many. I always think 52, but I think it's way more than that by now. So let us know. So you think that there's that many motherfucking space agencies that are faking this shit? You're fucking high, homie.
It allows me to take square images and such as the continents,
77,
and wrap them around a ball. So what you would be doing is take it, for example, this image here. This is just a square image of the continents and so forth.
That's
this
not
is a
square
image of the
rectangular, dude. Rectangular.
In a globe image. That's the alpha channel. This is the night sky. Every porch light in the world lighting up the sky, which is nonsense.
What?
How are you coming up with that, bro?
Those are city lights, dude.
But how do we know
that's a free texture on the texture on the internet.
Yeah. If anything, it's showing the city lights. It's not showing.
Sure.
It's not showing every individual porch light, like you claim.
Oh, I can't see my porch light from here.
No, I can't see mine either, man. What the hell?
But again, this is a free position or some position.
Yeah.
And this can completely be fake.
Yeah.
Who knows where they came from and how they made this and blah, blah, blah. That doesn't mean that every fucking thing is fucking fake just because you found a fucking image that you were able to use in this thing that somebody else used from another image of that. You went to a website and they said that they can show you multiple different versions of the flat or the globe on a flat space.
And where's all the lights in Australia there? I'm not seeing Australia.
Yeah, no,
or even South America's lacking in a lot of lights.
There would be so much more, I believe, on this West Coast. And I believe over in the Europes, there should be a lot more. And then South America,
well, it depends. It depends when the data is from.
That's true. That's true. It could be from 20 years ago. It could be from 5 minutes ago. I don't know. But that's the other thing that you idiots never give us is the information about when, where, how, and are the calculations to give us the enough to know.
I've used that texture with Blender.
I use that texture with Grinder all the time too. Oh, never mind. You said Blender, never mind. Okay, let's keep going on.
But here's the square image, and here are different other things too. These are just diffusion layers. You're going to see this bump map. See how it looks sort of 3D? You apply this as well.
I don't see shit on there.
I don't see anything on there. Sorry.
Layer like the clouds or the continents and give you the illusion.
It's very slight. I did.
Altitudes on.
I can barely see a thingy, barely. I'm a bobber. But again, your resolution for making this video is shite.
It's very, I don't think the resolution is very good. You
needed to make the resolution for this way further. Oh, I pressed the wrong button, but it's okay. Even in that, and then if I go here.
Oh, you can go 1080p.
Let's go ahead and try that and just see. I still don't see shite. I mean,
that's a height map from tangent space, so you're not going to see very much.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's silly. Okay, so let's see.
Here's another bump map.
That's a normal map. Excuse me.
A fog layer that you'll see an example of here in a moment. So then we've got our stars. We're going to start out with. So you'll see down here, here is my layers. All of these layers I showed you here, they're down here in the project. But one thing you don't see is we have a parallel light, we have a camera, we have an adjustment layer, and these are my haze layers, an orb and all that stuff. But what I'm using is on these layers I've created, going, layer, new.
Okay, but where did this original image and or video come from, you dumb cunt? Just because you can fuck the shit?
The textures were provided by NASA, and NASA composited everything over a great deal of time. That's actually real. Real images created so that people could have their own planets in their computers. But it's real.
Yeah. It still came from somewhere. There's still a reference, right? Hey, Jasper. And...
he's using stuff generated by NASA that was actually real data from space, and he doesn't realize he has proof right there, Earth round.
Exactly. That's thank you for putting it in that way, Commander, because that's what I was trying to get at. And like if you don't believe there's a curvature to things, you just come over here, bro, and I'll smack you with my dick, and then we can prove that there's a curved surface. Anyways, let's keep going on.
New solid. I choose a solid. This is basically a solid is just a black blank slate where you build something off of. So I built a bunch of black blank slates, and one of them holds my stars. So let me turn these off. Stars. That's what we need. Those are turned on. Now
okay, why did we go from the globes to stars all of a sudden? Why are you trying to confuse us by getting us to go through that back and forth? You're trying to do this to confuse us, to make it so dumbasses don't understand what you're trying to do.
We need our globe. So I've used an effect. I've applied it to this layer here, and I've gone effect, video copilot, Video Copilot orb. This is the effect I use. It's a plugin from a company called Video Copilot, who is a visual effects company who provide free tutorials teaching the average person how to use After Effects. And one of the things they've taught is how to create a globe Earth in After Effects. So if you go ahead, take a look.
Yeah, because they're trying to show you how to make a curved surface with shadows and brightness, and how to get that to be brighter on wherever your light source is and darker wherever there is not one. And the reason why we have this function that they use so much is because we're on a fucking globe. Everything's a fucking ball. Like, that's why, you dumb cunt. Nothing. There's not a bunch of pizza surfaces everywhere that we're trying to pretend that light sources are bouncing their lights off of or giving us shadows off of. You fucking idiot. Literally, that's why that function is so pertinent, and that's why they teach you in the beginning, because molecules, atoms, your dad's fucking balls, your anus, all your ass is all curved surfaces, right? I mean, your boobs, whatever, everything's curved. There's not very many flat surfaces. So the way for you to get a light and shadowing on a surface that's barely curved, that's your tutorial to show you that, you idiot.
Look,
it's not a conspiracy why they taught you that.
I'll turn on my globe. There it is. So how do I get the square image on this ball? So let's go to the effects. We'll go to maps. As you can see here, usually these are folded up. You'll go to your maps and you say, what's the diffusion layer? What's the glossy amount? How glossy? What does it illuminate? And what's the percentage? You see, I've already plugged these in just for time. And I say earth diffuse layer, earth gloss layer. And those are those images down here that you can see it's referencing. So there's our ball. So next, we want to turn on our cloud shadows, which it's also VC orb. It's the same plugin. I just duplicated the layer and made changes.
Psychopath?
So I'll turn it on.
Just because you can make this, and that does not look like oh my Jeebus Christ. That does not look like anything that fucking NASA's show knows. Dude, that does not look like anything. Yeah, and like that weird sunspot is fucking horrible. Dude, you don't know what you're doing in After Effects, homie. You're an idiot. You're not proving any of this. You're actually disproving it, making it so that it shows that you can't replicate this with this softer and this dumb version of it. Right. You literally can go in and get different. Go ahead.
That
Blender
like
is better.
That I used to try and make when I was like 15 and had Photoshop.
Yeah, he's disproving himself so easily.
There's our diffuse layer. Those are going to be our shadows from the clouds that are above. So then we're going to turn on our clouds. There's the clouds, and there's our shadow and our glow. Same effect. It's VC or
why don't you zoom in,
different
homie?
parameters, as you can see. Things like radius. You've got material options. What color? How much does it look?
Horrible. As someone who does good graphic arts, that is fucking horrible.
That's like this. Like 19. It's like 2001, 2002. Like 3D graphics at the time. Like it's so bad. Mm-hmm. And then this glare is pissing me off. There shouldn't be a glare like that, asshole. Okay, let's blow on with this idiocracy.
Those are all very important things that, of course, define this look as being, quote, NASA's version of real, and so forth. So you need to tell it which layers to use. And all it's doing is wrapping a square image around a ball, as I keep reminding. So then you want to turn on haze. That's just this haze that's, the atmosphere type stuff. So
why would you do that?
That's not how the atmosphere looks.
Why would you do that?
That's not how that looks. The Earth looks from space, dude.
That's what it looks like when all the potheads smoke weed every day.
420, baby.
420. Anyways, let's keep going on.
Multiple times, and all you're doing is changing colors and changing different parameters and applying them on top of each other.
Yeah, and that's what they have to do when they take multiple photos from different things, or they're taking photos from multiple cameras, and or they're compositing and putting things together, and again, they're doing it in layers. That's what you're disproving right now, you idiot. Yeah, they have to do this crap, but it doesn't mean it's fucking fake because that image is already there, you idiot.
Yeah, they take the fucking picture from space just because Now, I can replicate a very good looking Earth using those exact same textures, but that's what I know the fuck I'm doing. Mm-hmm. But just because you can replicate something in a computer doesn't mean there isn't a real thing that it's intentionally modeled after.
Yeah, exactly, Timely. I mean, I know that most flat earthers' heads are fucking flat and they don't understand a curvature because their brain is fucking smooth and flat. But again, you're doing this in a horrible way as well. Like, you're not honestly proving this, especially for people that work in photography and videography. You are not convincing, like, I'm pretty sure almost all of us.
So now you've got, okay, well, where's the sun in all of this?
And then why
light
isn't
one
it
side of
zoomed
the
in
Earth?
more?
Well, let's turn on the sun, our 3D light. It's right there. So once that's on, it's telling us this is where the light is going to be. You can see this light is in here. But as I go here, you turn on our adjustment layer, which is another color layer, sort of. And now let's turn on our camera. Camera's on. And once it's on, I already have some frames set of how close up I want to be zoomed in. I want to be on the dark side of Earth because the sun's shining the other side. So it's right there. And all it is I told it that the dark side is this map that is the lights of porch lights, in America or whatever, all over the continent.
That's Europe, you fucking
globe,
idiot.
so you want it to glow, so I made that.
Oh my god.
Porch lights are not the things that glow. It's city lights.
No, it's city lights.
It's the whole city combined together that causes that glow. Just like there's light blindness that you get inside cities until you go so far outside the cities, and then you can actually see stars. You can actually see, or things become dark per se. I guess is the best way to put it. Even though it's really, really hard. There's only like 3 places on Earth that have
total dark zones or something.
Yeah. There's only like 3 of them in the world or something like that, where you technically wouldn't see any light pollution. That's what it's called. And this looks amazing, bro. But yeah, it's fucking fake. But that doesn't mean that like it's actually fake, because you did get references from somewhere, right?
Yeah, NASA provided those textures. I have those exact textures. I downloaded them in 2018. I can recognize them.
It's just I'll say it again. You're using rendering software. You're using photo editing software and or video editing to make something look a little bit better and or more pleasing to the eye. Because once again, like I said, if this looked like a green fuzzball, because for some reason you're using a green filter, everybody's gonna fucking freak out. If you made this all red, nobody knows about us being red. We think Mars. It needs to be blue. So you make it as blue as possible, and you make those white clouds as white as possible, or a light blue to have it be palatable. And if you made the continents a bright red with the blue of the ocean, it would look like the continents are on fire.
He doesn't know how. He doesn't know how. I'm pretty sure.
That too. But that's the reason why it's a great...
I'm gonna have to bow out, guys.
Okay, Vila.
Yeah, definitely.
Get some sleep, honey. Yeah.
So,
yeah, definitely.
Have a good night, sweetie.
Good
night, baby.
All of these colors go together to make it a palette cleansing, I guess is the best way to put it, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you use these soft grays for the continents. You use that dark blue with the white clouds to make it so that you can see it. So why would you not do that? It's.
I think you're giving him too much credit, because all of that was done by NASA beforehand.
Yeah, no, I totally understand, and especially I have too much photo editing experience under my belt, and that's the problem as well. Is I know way more about this stuff than this idiot will ever know, because I took classes and I taught classes in it, and I taught people how to use these things, video and audio editing software and stuff. So like I know how these things work, and this idiot thinks they do. Hey Al, how are you doing?
Hey Al.
I'm doing really well. How's it going, guys?
Well, besides going over this idiocracy, good.
Well, yeah, I mean, I missed a bunch of it because my mom called me on my way home because she's coming to help us with back to school and everything.
Okay.
And she was giving me the lowdown on that. But I've been driving my truck. I started driving my truck this morning at 6:30. There's no air conditioning. They tried to charge the system. It lasted for 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So they ordered me a new compressor because they had just put a new one in at the beginning of this summer. And I am just roasted.
I believe it.
Physically roasted.
I bet.
It's like it was in the 30s here today.
Dang.
And I felt like I was moving through soup. So that's the only thing that hasn't been going well.
So you got a lot of humidity over there then.
Oh yeah. This is southern Ontario, like by.
Oh, okay.
I sort of run. I spend a lot of my time running the sort of the North Great Lakes, so.
Okay,
I'll
gotcha.
hit a lot of like Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, Lake Huron, Lake Superior, and the bush all around up north, and into Quebec, but we like a lot of our work is sort of in that area, and we get so much humidity off the Great Lakes.
Off the lakes, yeah, I
I
believe
bet.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
and then
was
the
in
winter, we get the
Buffalo
snow.
today.
Oh, Buffalo, that's not that far from. Well, when I go down to Niagara, I see Buffalo across the river. I don't do a lot of U.S. runs. We don't do them generally, but we do like my company does them. We just don't do that many of them. But I go there.
Niagara
for fun.
Falls is crazy. I
It
went
is
there
super
and
cool.
dude, I wanted to jump in. I understand the Lady
Go
of
over
the
the
Lake
falls
or
in a barrel.
whatever. Yeah, well,
Don't
I
do-
understand
don't do
that.
it.
No,
Don't do it.
never jump. No, you're gonna totally die if you do
Oh,
it.
yes, you
And
are.
I did have that thing when I got up to it. I was like, I just want to jump in. It's really crazy. There is that
Tempting.
thing. Yeah, there is that thing that want your brain for some reason. It's like, oh, it'll be fun. Just jump in and go down the thing. But no, don't.
It'll
do it.
be
You're
fun.
gonna
It'll be like
die.
just like a little ride, like you know, an amusement park. It'll be great.
Yeah, so many people have died doing it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I knew not
I
to.
I don't understand. I don't understand the appeal of going over the falls, and dying.
Neither do I.
I do understand the appeal of going like whitewater rafting. People do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that far from us, like up the rivers and stuff, right? But that I get. That would be refreshing.
Yeah.
Actually, when we went to Colorado, my whole family went to Colorado, and we didn't do this. I rented a motorcycle, but a bunch of my family did whitewater rafting,
Okay.
Yep.
and
That's
they
fun.
said it was fantastic.
I love whitewater rafting, especially in the Rockies. Colorado River is amazing.
Oh yeah, it's
Do
so
that
cool.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
a very
so
cool place to visit.
yeah, so we've been talking about how you can use video software or photo editing software to fake the globe.
Right.
And there's this idiot that's trying to tell us about how he could do it, but he's using references that are already from the existing globe and other references from other things that were made to show the globe, because that's why they made the packets and they made the thing. So he's literally just like showing the globe. So here below,
orange lights glow by using a glow effect. And all it's doing is just giving the illusion that all this is lit up. So now that we have these layers turned on, this is how I made it. And I want to, animate it and rotate the earth. And this is how you do it, guys. This is how you fake things. You fake scenes.
That's how
you fake
NASA
photos.
does it. It's exactly how
I
NASA
wanna
does
be
it.
on the moon and zoom way out or whatever.
Yeah.
And tell everybody, oh, look, I'm on the moon. And I took a photo of Earth. Let me just, zoom way out. There we go. Oh, let me just, do the big blue marble.
Are you?
That's not how Blue Marble was done, but okay, whatever.
Are you gonna?
I did not go to school for this.
Why didn't you put the moon, a little bit of the moon right here? All you got to do is put a
Right.
little
Where's
bit
the
of moon right
moon?
there.
Come on, yeah.
And then now it looks like you're on the moon taking the photo.
Mhm.
And then look at how pixelated this shit is while he's moving it.
Yeah.
But anyways.
However, I've been doing this for over 10 years and taught myself all this stuff. But as I learned of the flat Earth.
Wait, you've been doing this over 10 years and this is the best you could do? You fucking suck, homie. You suck at this bullshit. You are a horrible video editor or photo editor.
I was like,
they're
holy
always
crap.
lying.
I know exactly how to do this, and I know exactly how they're doing it. When you have the interview of the guy that says, it is Photoshop because it has to be. Yeah, it has to be. Absolutely. So no real mystery. And now this can also be like redefined. If you were to
again, you never use raw data, even in video.
The other thing too is wasn't it Bob Simmons talking about where they took strips of data from satellites, then they had to stitch them together in Photoshop. It wasn't like one big photo of the Earth, image of the Earth.
The satellites are 200 to 400 miles above the Earth.
Right.
You can't get a picture of the entire thing. And if you can get a picture of the entire thing, then it's not high enough res. And then
but that's why they do the strips, and then they have to stitch them together, and then they have to the parts that are stitched together that don't quite fit, they have to kind of what do you call it, duplicate and make it look, extrapolate and all that stuff.
They
make
have
it look
to
like something's
blend
there.
them.
Blend them, yeah. But there's like little
exactly.
pieces that aren't quite together, so they have to do something right. You have to use Photoshop.
There's all kinds. Again, you never use raw data, footage or video or images and throw them into any place. You always put them through a process. You process them some way, shape, or form. It's just like taking film and developing the film. It's not a fake image. It's you're taking the film and you're
the original
making
Blue Marble. Yeah, that was an actual photo camera.
And so many other things.
That was
there was like 200 photos they took them. Yeah, and then again,
they built the Hasselblad to go to the moon.
Yep.
Yeah, and so even if you take film and develop it and make it, that's not faking it. It's you are taking it and making it another thing.
I literally have pictures I found years ago from, I think it was Christie's, the auction house, and it was an actual slide of the Blue Marble, and it even had the NASA number on the slide itself.
Exactly.
And then there was a mimeographed description of what they used in the whole 9 yards. You could tell it was mimeographed.
Yeah.
And then there was another picture of it as well.
So
it wasn't like these were just faked. These were, and then they'll say, oh, that was just a picture. They took pictures of them. But no, that's not how that worked.
No. And that back then they didn't have that technology. And once again, film is pretty hard to fake stuff.
Yeah.
And there's no CGI after that. But you can still, like we're saying, when you develop film, you can use different pH levels to make it develop differently, to look differently. So if you want it to be blue, you can use this certain thing to make it a little bit more. If you want it to be lighter, you can do this. I have developed film before. I done it many times. I took a high school class in it as well, and then I have taught a class in photo editing in 2002 or something like that in college. I knew so much. The teacher was like, "Slim, do you want to just come up here and teach the class?" And she literally just sat there drinking her just let me
like, I'll sit back, you teach it. And like Charles is saying, Africa is way too big because he used an image of the moon that the focal length of the lens made it look big like that.
Yeah, and then the distance
and then there's
of the Earth.
And then there's something fun about spheres, right? The closer you are to a sphere, the less of the sphere you can actually see.
And
you can actually never see half of it, because to see half of it, exactly half, at any one time, you need to be an infinite distance away.
Yeah, this is redonkulous, their ideals of all of that stuff. It's hilariously silly that they cherry pick so many things, but it's like most of us can like disprove them, or like you say
you get a globe and you take a picture of it. You can see what I mean with the sphere, and closer you are, the less of it you can see.
Yes, Simon and Dan did that, and like somebody else did that as well, I believe. I don't remember who, but yeah. This redonkulous, they're all referenced off of something. They didn't just make up something or take the flat Earth map and put it around a sphere, which wouldn't work if it was not a globe and it was circular the way that they claim, even though they never give us a proper model, so we don't know like what they kind of are thinking exactly. They still fight over that, where there's a consensus about how the globe works, and that's the difference for sure.
Yeah,
between us and them. We're not fighting over some bullshit.
No, because like if there's a problem, we get together and work it out. We don't, like when there's something that doesn't meet reality. It's not so much like there's nothing left to do with the shape of the Earth now, but as they worked it out, they worked things out. And now it's like flat earthers have come to it, and they're like, why don't we start from scratch and just have a look at this? And I like, so, and I mentioned in the chat earlier that like I stopped for coffee just as you guys were starting the show, and and this guy started talking to me. Do I have time to tell like a 2-second story?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I go into the coffee shop. I am hot. Like my truck is a sauna. I'm sure it was 45 degrees in the cab of my truck today. So like out in the sun and stuff. And I just could not get one. So I went in and I grabbed a couple of cold drinks and a couple of sandwiches. And this guy's there, and it's at one of those gas station pizza shop coffee shops. I don't know if you guys have those. So you probably do.
Yeah.
So this guy's waiting for his dinner. And so he wants to chat, and I'm waiting for sandwiches to be made because it's a pretty nice shop for a cookie cutter one. They make your sandwich to order. It's not just like in a gas station wrapped up in cellophane. So I was like, okay. So this guy's like, hey, are you into talking theory? And I'm like, sure, why not? He's like, you ever see the stuff that comes plane? And I'm like, yeah. You mean the contrails, like the water vapor that comes out of like jet fuel is burned at the at high elevation. And I was like, and I will warn you, I know more about science than you probably want to talk to someone about if you're trying to like sell a conspiracy theory. And he's like, yeah, but don't you ever hear about like how there are like, chemicals up there? And he's like, I noticed the clouds came in like an hour later. I'm like, did you check the weather report to see if clouds are coming in? It's like, planes fly every day. And I said, and if there is any particles up there, ice and vapor will form on particles. I said it's highly unlikely. I said, like, if you saw some extra cloud in that area, maybe it was that, because it could happen. And he's like, yeah, but you got to think about these things. And I was like, there's real things that we got to worry about, like what our government is trying to do to us. And we have a different government, but same difference.
Totally. Same problems.
You can buy politicians in the U.S. It's just called a PAC or a super PAC. It's just like Robin Williams said. Anyway, so this guy, he started going on about to know what I did for a living, so I told him, and then he's like, okay, well, go check out some conspiracy theories. There's some good ones out there, and not everything's the way you think it is. I said that's fine. Just don't go believing that the Earth is flat. And he's like, actually.
Oh no.
There's some really good points on both sides. And I was like, well, let's talk about it for a minute, okay? And like, I gotta go, but it's air conditioning here. Let's have a chat. So he's like, don't you think when you look down at the Earth and you see a horizon, you can't really see? No, not from the Earth, you can't. I said, like you might think you see a curve, but honestly, that's probably just topography. Your eyes can't resolve the curve from sea level, or standing on a beach, or standing in a flat, open plain. You cannot resolve that from that level. But I said at 40,000 feet, I have a picture on my phone. You can definitely see it's 100% there. I put that in the Discord chat if anybody doesn't believe me. I'm sure I know Bev doesn't believe me, but he'll say it's because the window on the airplane is curved. But Bev, go check it out. Tell me why it isn't real. But,
exactly.
And he said, well, but don't you think if you were up there and you looked down at a plate, you'd be able to see the same thing, like if it was round like a plate? And I said, well, yeah, because no matter where I go, I can still see it. Don't you think at some point I'd resolve the edge of the plate? Why can't I ever get to that edge? On a sphere, when I look down, if you think of it like someone putting a ring or a hoop on a beach ball or something, you look and you see that circle perfectly in all directions. Why, if it's a plate, why isn't there a get to the edge? And if I can see craters on the moon with a telescope, why can't I resolve the edge of the Earth?
That's what I was saying earlier about the ship thing, right? I was saying, why don't you get a huge telescope out and try to show me all the distances. I didn't completely say the edge. Good on you, Trucker. Al, saying that. But that's what I was trying to say. Show me fucking Japan.
See the
Show
bottom. I
me.
splash up. You guys had a tall ship, right?
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
And why
Yeah,
don't they
yeah.
resolve that? That was the one of Dirth's pictures.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
bring these things out like they're proving their point.
And it's like, no. And
Anyway, I was laughing because I don't think I've ever met a flat earther in real life, and I'm not saying the guy was a flat earther. He's definitely open to the idea.
yeah, no, I'm sure he definitely was. And if you asked him about the reptiles, I'm sure he would have never let you go. He would have just talked to your ear off for an hour and a half about the reptiles.
Well, he said the only. I
Telling
said, why don't
people.
you go and like listen to both sides, but listen to them carefully. Listen to the way they present their side. I said, like, I guarantee you, a flat earther will tell you it's dielectric, incoherent dialectic, which is gibberish. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
And someone who believes in reality, or a scientist, or somebody that is just explaining what reality is, will bring measurements, formula, and the whole bit, and show you. I mean, you think about
how it's
presented.
presented.
Some of the big ones. The guys that are doing this, like, because you guys have like quite the good mix, all sorts of craziness, which is how I got into being on, talking to anybody on the internet anyway. It was about craziness. But yeah, the flat earth thing, like, I was floored by the flat earth and young earth creationists. I can't believe either one of them actually exist, and yet here they are. They keep on coming.
Yeah.
And then I met this guy in real life. I'm like, what? This guy can't be for real.
Yeah, no.
And then he said something about Joe Rogan, and I walked away.
Oh my God! No way.
They sadly exist.
Yes, yes.
You know who are the most fun of all of the silliness are the mud flooders.
Yes.
They are
those guys are.
Oh my Jeebus, dude. Yeah, the feather dude. Oh my.
Oh
Jeebus.
yeah, Roger from Mud Fossil University or something like that.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And he uses that feather on his screen, on his computer.
Poor little screen.
that poor monitor.
Poor little screen.
We need to go over him again, and also what was it? Tataria. It was before the mud flood or something, right? So we need to go
they're
over
related
that
topics,
again.
I think, right?
They do. People do relate Tartaria and the mud flood together.
Yeah, so we gotta go over that fun
he sees
thing
like
again.
a weird thing, and he's like, "That's a dragon's cock."
Pareidolia. Yeah, he does everything with pareidolia. He's the one that finds the rocks in his yard and claims it's like a heart from a giant or something.
Oh yeah, and there's a British guy that does super weird.
Yeah, there's a couple of them right now that are doing the floods of the things, and they're like the buildings that are obviously what they say would have flooded, and then they turned it into a thing because it got half windows and shit. But
they do the melted buildings too, right? The buildings that are melted.
Yeah, the melted. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But the funny thing about University dude, he recently started saying vaginas and penises and a bunch of stuff.
Oh no!
Oh, did he really? I was joking when he.
No,
I was joking.
That might be the one I'm thinking of. That was in front of a rock, and the way it was eroded looked like a vagina, and he was. That might be the same person I'm thinking
he
of.
is totally like, see the vagina and see these penises, and like he needs to get laid, and we're gonna go over all of those in the near future.
But how is he going to get laid doing the videos that he's doing?
He's never gonna get laid.
It's a very niche market, I tell you.
That is very niche.
He's gonna be called an escort, and as soon as the person arrives and talks to him for 5 seconds, they're like, "I'm out. I don't care.
I'm out. Nope. I need the money. I don't care, but I'm out."
Yeah, they're like, "Nope, peace. I'm out. Nope, I'm not even doing it.
I can't
like,
fake it with this guy. I'm not gonna fake it with this guy. I'm sorry, I can't do
it. You know?
Yeah, there's no amount of drugs that is gonna have anybody into that.
Well, I don't know. There are probably some crack or meth whores that you can find.
I think even the most person is gonna they're gonna come out of a stupor like that, meeting that guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be like sniffing salts. As soon as he starts talking, they're just gonna get sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just gonna.
Well, I'm not taking meth anymore. I'm off of the meth after meeting this guy.
Hey,
I do have one regret in life. I had the
Mhm.
chance to trip Nathan Thompson in the park when he was on that stupid
Oh,
motorized skateboard.
why did you
and I
not?
because I
Oh,
was afraid of getting arrested.
yeah, I
'cause
gotcha.
he would have called the cops because he was a little bitch. Okay.
That's when you like get a
Hey.
rock or a twig and just throw it in front of his little hoverboard.
Yeah,
I had the screen. I had the wire set up and everything, but I chickened out.
Oh,
dang it.
Commander,
Well,
no.
next
We
time.
would have bailed you out.
Is he
We
the
would've.
is he the Nathan that was going and hanging out with
He
the
was
kids?
Yeah,
Yes, he was the one that yelled at
he-
kids and told them the flat Earth does not curve.
Multiple times,
Large
but he
bodies
did
of
go
water
to-
No,
do
he's
not
not the
curve.
Nathan that yells at people
the
with an
school.
accent, right?
That's Nathan Oakley.
Yeah, that's Oakley.
Yeah,
Oakley's
okay.
different.
Well, they both
That's
have
Nathan
accents
Oakley.
to me, but I'm speaking for
Nathan
I
Oakley
speak on
tells
behalf
people.
of my neighbors to the side.
Yeah, Nathan Oakley tells people, "Do not swear on my live stream." Then he goes and swears at people. He will. He'll lay into you for like you mention a word, and he'll mute you, and then berate you and mock you and treat you like shit while you're muted and can't do anything about it.
And then
on
kick
his
you.
panel.
Talks about his ball sack all the time, too,
yeah, he
right?
loves to say, "How do my balls taste? How do my balls taste?" Yeah.
Well, I tell you, my ball sack was in my work boot all day today. It was that hot.
I bet.
That hot, huh?
I bet it was that drippy.
I bet you guys were hoping for that kind of descriptor.
Well, you know.
Not really.
Not really,
No.
but you know.
Sometimes I'm way too much. Just ask my wife.
It's okay. I have a husband just like you. It's fine.
All right, folks. I
I'm
think
used
it's
to
about
it.
ready time.
Yeah, it's time.
I think it's very time to start getting out of here. We'll
been
see
over
you
3 hours.
tomorrow.
Shut down the whole
for
place with that comment.
yeah, we're out. Peace.
I'm gonna have
we'll
a video
see
tomorrow, by the way.
Yep, definitely.
It's a police body cam video, so that's on.
Mama,
the
go ahead and put your channel link in the side of my chat so everybody go there. If you've not, I'm pretty sure everybody has already subscribed to you and bell notified and all that.
Oh, I'm sure
stuff.
they have. Yeah.
But if not, go ahead and go do that. And
I love the one
tomorrow,
you did about that weirdo that thought he could legalize his way out of legal. Who thinks he can sue his
delete
way out of
laws.
being
Oh,
arrested.
Rebel Studio 2, I think is who you're
Yeah,
talking about.
he sounds like he sounds a bit like a backwoods kind of a guy.
He is. He's from Texas, and oh my god, I think his family tree is a trunk.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
really- yeah,
probably
I-
just
That's how
one
it. That's what he
spot.
seems like. That's what he seems like.
Totes.
I was like, I thought flat earthers were
That's what happens
this
when
guy.
brothers marry.
Well,
yeah,
yes,
exactly.
apparently, and
There we go, there's
apparently,
my channel.
apparently they not only marry each other, but they also have offspring, which is
Yeah, somehow they manage. Mhm.
That's scary.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm open to everybody. People should be who they are, but
Yeah.
when you have viable in air quotes offspring, that is
Well, you'll love this. His latest kick is someone mentioned Alexa when they asked who's going to win the 2024 election. There won't be one, is what Alexa said. And so he's made a whole big thing about, oh, nope, yep, see, Alexa knows, oh, yep. I'm like, oh my God, you're
The
so
world's
stupid.
saying it. Yeah.
Oh my God. And then he brought up about Trump. Former presidents
fuck,
aren't allowed to
I
have
want to get
motorcades
out
when
of-
they are. You know?
I want to get out
Yeah,
of
he go-
America before the bullshit
my
starts
God.
flying.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we'll see.
we closed our
He's
borders
just-
to
he's real
asylum
fun.
seekers, but we could open it back up.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may be moving to the Europes. We'll see. All right, thank you, everybody.
Who knows?
Tomorrow is Drunken News Report.
All right.
We will see you over there for a bunch of crazy stuff. And we have other things planned as well. So thank you very much. We'll
All
see
right.
you all
Thank you,
next time.
everybody. Have a
Bye.
good night. Bye.
Thanks.